Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and we're on the Vampire Street, the late night stuff. Let's see how many I could lure. Some of you guys got late jobs. We're gonna talk about a couple different things. We still mobbing though. Love you, Ego. Shout out to the fans, man. I just got back from the movies. You the best. I'm glad you guys like the channel. The Vampire Stream. Top of the morning. Shout out to nephew Charming Chucky. Shout out to Northeast LA. What it do, boy? Will, I see you. Panama, I see you. Hi, Ego. Shadow 9. Salute. All night on the Vampire Stream. What happened during the post-fight interview? I don't get the question. Couldn't sleep. What's up, Ego? Josh, welcome to the Vampire Stream. Newport News. Houston. Ali Diego. What's happening? Did you see the fight, my nigga? What fight? I still ain't watched the HBO fights. Shout out to Derek. I just got back from the movies. I went to see that Jennifer Lawrence movie, Red Sparrow. I went to eat at this place. They got this new place in town. It was alright. It was not. I expected more, but I should have known because Yelp. I usually check Yelp, look at food pictures, and the rating was just okay. Got like 3 stars or something. Damn, there's a couple people up on the Vampire Stream. So salute, man. We're gonna just talk about some stuff until I get sleepy. I guess this is how we do it, man. This is the new world order. This is new media. We just vibing, boxing fans. Did you have Ortiz winning the fight before he got knocked out? Yeah, I had him up. But listen, let's talk about stuff like that. I'm not saying you're saying this particularly. Shout out, we got a shooter in the building, Box Watch TV. He said, big up, Boxing Ego, salute. Help me hold it down, hold the fort down. Shout out to Sydney Base reporting in. Again, this comment is not directed to you particularly, but he said, I just got out the club. Damn, you go to the club on a Sunday? I remember them days. But the comment's not directed to you, but your comment reminded me. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We got some vampires vamping. Make sure you smash the like button when you come in. So anyway, this is not directed to you, but what you said reminded me of this. And I'm hearing all types of hate for Deontay Wilder. Listen, new media is here. Drop it. Give that man his credit. He did what he had to do. He battled adversity. He never went down. Stop it. We're grown men and grown women. Some maybe boxing fans that are kids. I don't know. But my demographic, when I look at the YouTube analytics, most people are probably in the ages of 18 to 53 or something, right? So let's act like that. Let's act like adults. If somebody did some bullshit, then we could call it out. We could talk about it. If someone's ducking, we could talk about it. But if there's a job well done, give the man credit. I'm seeing all type. Oh, but Ortiz was 74 years old. Oh, but Wilder, he looked vulnerable. Wilder got exposed. Like, y'all do, listen, in boxing, to me, there are some overused ass words. Shout out to Ashad. He said, I love the show, man. Keep tuning in, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But a lot of overused terms in boxing. Cherry picking, overrated. He got exposed. You know what I'm saying? People do that. And see, I know where some of it's coming from. Like, if you say something about, see, this is what's wrong with boxing, in my opinion, is people want equality in boxing with situations that aren't equal, if that makes sense. I too want equality for boxing, meaning if there's a rule for Floyd Mayweather, then make sure that's the rule for Canelo, Errol Spence Jr., etc., and go down the list. But You can't compare apples and oranges, apples and D batteries. You know what I mean? And oh hey, but you said this when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, but guess what? You can't compare Kell Brook being a welterweight and hadn't fought anyone since Sean Porter. Name someone since Sean Porter, between Sean Porter and the Golovkin fight. Name someone that Kell Brook really faced that would prepare you for a Triple G 2 divisions higher. You know what I mean? And I didn't necessarily I don't remember, but I don't think I said Golovkin got exposed. I may have said that, but either way, he showed vulnerabilities and he looked human. You can't compare that to what happened with Wilder, because Wilder, y'all said he had a bum ass resume, and he was in there with a guy in his division who outweighed him. He had the flu in training. You've seen him on the scale weighing under 215 fucking pounds, and Ortiz on the scale weighing 241 pounds. So again, these are the types. Oh, but hey, but when Kell Brook had some success, you said this Golovkin looked vulnerable. We're not talking about Golovkin, and the situations aren't the same. You know what I mean? Ortiz was in there, like, trying to give it to Wilder. Like, real boxing fans, real boxing heads know that. Like I said, this is the scary Ortiz. You know what I mean? This is the scary Ortiz that fought Brian Jennings that showed up. Same Ortiz, bouncing on his toes, good ass counters, hand speed looked there, look focused. Like, let's get it, man. Shout out to Lukey Boy from Australia, down under, $5 super chat. Ego, do you find it odd fans saying Wilder got outboxed but dropped his man 3 times? Haters never learn. Ego Army. This is what I'm talking about. Everyone keeps talking about the 7th round. Wilder was hurt. Everybody who was rooting for Wilder was like, oh shit, this was an oh shit moment. But part of what impressed me as a real boxing fan is that Wilder showed his mettle. He showed his determination and willpower to not get knocked out. Like Eminem said, to not give up, to not be a quitter, till I collapse. He put it all out there. And see, this is what proves what Abel Sanchez said wrong. Because Wilder wasn't on his bicycle. He was hurt. He was hurt for real. Against a guy who is skilled, probably more skilled if you're looking at like just overall technique and throw the proper punch, a jab hook. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking at that, he's more skilled than Wilder. You know what I mean? He's outweighing Wilder. And through all of that, he hurt Wilder. He was up in the fight at that point. You know what I mean? Even though he got knocked down in round 5. You know what I mean? Through all that, Wilder stood his ground. He clinched a bit. I mean, which he probably had to. Survived. And then came and produces a stoppage a couple rounds later. That's championship shit, man. That's Dre versus Kovalev. These are defining moments. That's Tim Bradley versus Ruslan Provodnikov. You know what I mean? Shout out to my shooter, Angel Santos. He on the East Coast, so I know it's late for y'all because it's late for me. He said, shit, I can't sleep. That's why we do the vampire streams. Y'all can't sleep. I can't sleep. Shout out to the vampires, the vamps, the insomniacs. But yeah, man, it's like what people, it's so funny in the sport of boxing. Y'all like that Rocky movie shit, that Drago. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love that type of shit. But when you see it in real life, it's a whole bunch, oh, AJ's going to destroy him. Looking like that, he was exposed. Who was Ortiz? He was 74 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I called this dude out because I guess he has like a betting page. I'm not going to put his name on blast. It's not even worth it. But on Instagram, because he does sports betting, right? Where he wagers large amounts of money, right? On fights. Like, I don't know what he does for a living, but he wagers large amount of money on fights, basketball games, etc. I seen because we follow each other, I seen he had a post where he called Luis Ortiz, I mean, not called Luis, he called for Luis Ortiz as the winner, right? Immediately after the Wilder fight, it was something else. But you have a post on your page where you wager money on Luis Ortiz, and then afterwards, Luis Ortiz, oh, he was just so old. I mean, he said something like Joshua's gonna kill him because Luis, if a 65-year-old did that, okay, so why'd you pick the 65-year-old? Let's not play these games, people. You know what I mean? We can see what they're doing. Remember Martin? He said, you ain't even a real cop. You a flashlight cop. I see you, we see you. we see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Why did you, if Wilder was fighting a guy who was a bum, he was an elderly person, senior citizen, life alert motherfucker, like an old decrepit Cuban guy, you know what I'm saying? Hey puppy, I know Tyler, yeah. You know, if that's what you thought about him, why'd you pick him? Why did you disrespect Wilder? And I'm not saying if you pick Ortiz, it was disrespecting Wilder, but if you're gonna, it's gonna disrespect him if you thought that little of Luis Ortiz, but you still picked him. So that means you thought Wilder was less than that. Do you get what I'm saying? So we gotta stop that, man. Call these people, call these motherfuckers out on their bullshit. Ego Army, stand up for something. You know what I'm saying? Over here is live for something or die for nothing. You know what I mean? We're not out here. I've been wrong as fuck before, and like a man, I just took it. Damn, prove me wrong. My life still goes on. The fighter's life hopefully still goes on too. Shout out to Askier who shared $10 super chat. They gave AJ his props he meant to put for battling adversity against Vladimir, but they don't want to give Wilder his props for battling adversity against Ortiz. Hashtag new media. Absolutely. That's a great point, a great add-on. And Wilder said himself, he says, what I did with Luis Ortiz is more impressive. He said after what I did to Ortiz, he don't see Joshua coming to the table, which sounds like it could be true. And Eddie Hearn, see, you can't get mad at me when maybe Joshua does beat Parker and fight Wilder next. I don't know. But I'm just going off of what his own promoter, who schedules and manages and presents things to AJ, what he's saying. And Eddie Hearn has already publicly set the cards. You can go to the Boxing Voice, you can go to different places to see Eddie Hearn interviews where he's talking about Gerald Big Baby Miller. And like, I'm not trying to single out Eddie or anyone, because a lot of promote Bob Arum. A lot of people do that. And you know it's funny too? Motherfuckers hate Al Heyman. Hey, when have you ever seen Al Heyman on YouTube? Like just a video asking him 2 questions. When have you ever seen the Boxing Voice or my channel, Deontay, or whoever? And they're just like, hey, Al Heyman, what's your next step? And what's up with Broner Figueroa? And then Al Heyman's like, Omar Figueroa. He got a deep voice. I heard it one time on speakerphone. You know what I mean? Omar Figueroa will no longer be. He has that James Earl Jones type deep. Like, Simba, you mustn't go into the Pride Lands. Let them wait. He got that Barry White. Practice what you preach. You just keep telling me that. He got that deep pause. That sounds sus, but y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, motherfuckers haven't even heard an Al Heyman interview, but they hate him more than De La Hoya, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, people we hear where they drop different things. And I'm not telling y'all to hate these people. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. We hear De La Hoya say, hey, Floyd, leave the sport, leave. We don't like runners, you know what I'm saying? And all this shit, and he's fighting Conor. And it's a bad look for boxing, right? He's saying all this stuff, and then he's talking about, hey, I'll fight Conor, right? We've seen these contradictions. We've seen some stuff like with Eddie Hearn. Like Eddie Hearn recently said, like, break this down for me. I'll put someone in the hot seat so quick. Yo, we got triple digits in viewers on a vampire stream. I've only been on less than 15 minutes. We got to get them triple digit likes. Smash the like button. This is my job. This is what I do full time, and this is what helps the channel. Smash the like button, and then feel free to leave whatever comment. If you say dumb stuff, we got a hot seat for that. If you say great stuff, you send a super chat, we got love for that. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. We see these other guys sometimes contradict themselves or say something that sounds hypocritical or it doesn't make sense. Like, just explain this to me. Somebody explain it. We'll do a hot seat right now, vampire stream style. How is it that there was all of these prerequisites before the Luis Ortiz fight? There were all these prerequisites of what Wilder needed to do, should do to get a Joshua fight. Oh, he should fight Dillian White February 3rd at the O2 Arena, build his UK fan base and all this shit, right? Cool. But then Eddie Hearn, 4 months later, 2 months, I didn't count, does an interview that's on the Boxing Voice, and he specifically says if AJ looks good in his fight with Joseph Parker and Gerald Big Baby Miller looks good versus a guy that Wilder knocked out when he was undefeated a couple years back in what was a tough fight for Wilder at the time, he might get AJ. So what happened to this Dillian White? And truth be told, Gerald Big Baby Miller is my man. Shout out to Brooklyn. But fair is fair. The champion just came through Luis Ortiz. He went through hell and back and been on Joshua's line and been calling him out. And you say all Gerald Big Baby Miller has to do is fight Marish Weck, who got knocked out by Povetkin. I think Klitschko knocked him out when they fought. And then fight Johan Duhaupas on Danny Jacobs' undercards. And then he could be in line for a fight. Not only a fight with Joshua, Joshua coming to the U.S., which is something he said that he might not even do. He's like basically saying, we got our own formula and it's working, so I might never fight in the U.S. And people like Lennox Lewis, Big Bro, said you should fight in the U.S. That's how you become an international star. So you're willing to come, possibly, according to your promoter, come to New York to fight Gerald Big Baby Miller for beating or looking good. Let's say Gerald Miller goes and fights Johan Duhaupas and looks great, just yap, and knocks him out one round. So that's more deserving of than Deontay Wilder, who at least has a belt, who looked good, or I can't say he looked good like throughout because it was a tough fight, but he did his thing with Luis Ortiz and battled that true adversity. So, I mean, really, let's be real. So once again, why does Wilder have to go through all these prerequisites and fill in these other boxes and bubbles and build his UK profile? And realistically, if Gerald Big Baby Miller wins and Dillian White beats Lucas Brown, I would rather see Gerald Big Baby Miller versus Dillian White. Like, to me, that's a dope fight. That's a good fight. And they both trash talk. That's explosive. I would like to see something like Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder with that on as a co-main event. That's dope. You know what I mean? If Dillian White gets past Lucas Brown and Gerald Miller beats Johan Duhaupas, which he should beat him. You know what I mean? Johan Duhaupas got knocked out by Wilder and Povetkin. You know what I mean? Getting knocked out by these big boys is not, sometimes your career is not going to be the same. So, y'all got to start analyzing. And where are all these fans? And I know some of y'all from the UK. Sorry to single you out, mate. But there were a lot of people just 3 months ago. Yeah, Deontay Wilder is ducking Dillian White. He turned down $3 million. Once again, Sean Black is more... So I'm dropping gems and talking about boxing, which is why you hopefully came. But apparently you came to look at me. Bruh, what the fuck? You got sunglasses on in the house, weirdo. So in the midst of all of us, nobody was saying anything about me. No one was talking about my facial features, my beard, and you just show us your eyes. And this is what they always do, especially if you're bringing up a point that they can't rebuttal. They just, why you got that bear on your shirt or in your beanie? Like, who cares? Why do you care? If I'm balding, which I'm not, if I'm balding, if I got boogers in we're talking boxing. Why do you care about any of that? Anyway, I just think it's weird. You're making me uncomfortable, dog. Show us your eyes. Fuck this Wilder Joshua talk. What's up with your eyes? What? Anywho, back on track. Again, how is it that Wilder had to go through all these loopholes and prerequisites? Oh, fight, build your profile with Dillian White, $3 million, and the fans really ran with that. Oh yeah, Deontay Wilder, he's scared. He turned down $3 million. Why would you turn down $3 million? Listen to this, people. I just seen Wilder got, I think he got a little over $2 million to fight Luis Ortiz. Eddie Hearn, to my knowledge, offered Wilder $3 million as a champion to come to the UK where they're selling 70,000, 80,000, a billion tickets. He got two. Okay, so someone corrected me. Well, I said a little over. Okay, so he got two. Listen to this. This is how you call breaking a motherfucker down. Breaking down these points. Wilder got $2.1 million to fight a killer in Luis Ortiz, who was undefeated, unlike Dillian White. And I got no beef with Dillian White. I like Dillian White, but that's fact. Dillian White lost to AJ by stoppage. Luis Ortiz lost to nobody by stoppage except for yesterday, right? He got 2.1. Wilder got 2.1 million to face a killer, the boogeyman, right? And people said that Wilder was ducking Dillian White, and Eddie Hearn wanted him as champion to come to the UK. I believe he even had a venue, the O2 Arena, to fight Dillian White. So the champion got to travel overseas to fight in February after he just fought in November, because I was at that fight with Bermain Stavern covering it as media. So you have to have a quicker turnaround time, and you have to fight a guy you're going to get less credit for beating because he's no longer undefeated. He's not a southpaw, right? And they said he was ducking White. Oh, he's never received money like this. And Eddie Hearn offered him $3 million. So why did he turn it down? He just got a little bit less, but he got a whole lot more credit for beating the boogeyman. We all know Luis Ortiz. The only reason Luis Ortiz doesn't have this crazy resume is because crazy amounts of people didn't want to fight him. It wasn't because he wasn't good. It was because he was good, but he didn't bring the money. So what happened? Listen. See the thing with new media? This is why new media can talk shit, because new media's points last a while. You know what I mean? So y'all haters better grab a Snickers. Why wait? Hungry now? Why wait? A lot of that bullshit, that old media shit, a lot of what y'all are putting in the comment sections, right? The stuff lasts for 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months tops, and then those points are proven to be false. Like what Abel Sanchez said about black fighters. Let's say he said this about black fighters on March 1st. Deontay Wilder fought on March 3rd and proved what Abel said wrong about black fighters fighting a style that's unappealing and unpleasing to the fans. The fans were pleased from what I seen from Wilder Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So how is it that people come up all these like hootenanny points and they're easily proven wrong within a matter of weeks or maybe a couple months? Once again, where are those motherfuckers that was saying Wilder was ducking the biggest paycheck of $3 million to fight Dillian White? Who in this stream, with all things considered, would give Deontay Wilder more credit for beating Dillian White than beating Luis Ortiz like he did yesterday? Luis Ortiz is about Dillian White's height. They're probably both around 6'4", but Dillian White had already lost. Luis Ortiz was undefeated and unstopped. No one had stopped him. And he's a southpaw with crazy skill. We just seen Dillian White versus Robert Helenius, who got knocked out by a guy that Gerald Miller's fighting that may get a Wilder fight if he looks good in that fight, right? That Wilder knocked out. He knocked out Dillian White's last opponent, Robert Helenius. And Robert Helenius, that fight was pretty boring with Dillian White. And I wouldn't say it was his best work. Once again, where are those people? He ducked $3 million. Okay, come tell me right now about how Wilder ducked $3 million and ducked Dillian White. That's what I'm saying. They just disappear. They just like disintegrate. I don't know if they're deleting their accounts or they hope people forget, but I'm like Roy Jones with this shit. Y'all must have forgot. I don't forget what you just said 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? You just told me that he was ducking Dillian White, and why on earth wouldn't he take $3 million? Why wouldn't he take $3 million for Dillian if he wasn't ducking? He just got 2.1 million and a better name on his resume, a better, like Dillian White, if we're really being honest, I thought he lost to Derek Chisora. I only watched the fight once live, but I thought he lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz ain't losing to Derek Chisora. I don't even know if it would be I don't think it would be close. Derek Chisora got knocked out by Tyson Fury. He got knocked out by David Haye. I don't even think it would be close. I think Luis Ortiz would definitely beat Derek Chisora. You know what I'm saying? And Dillian White, as much as I like him, he went 12 rounds with him, right? These are facts. It's not like something like trash talk or this is just what it is. Some people thought Derek Chisora should have won that fight. Some people probably thought Dillian White should have won. Either way, it went the distance and it was close. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like all these dudes. I'm on that Wilder hype where he said we gonna smoke him out. He's talking about camps like the Eddie Hearn and AJ. He'll handle that part, but new media, I'm about to handle the casual fan part because I deal with fans daily. They always seem to talk the most and leave these crazy comments. So I'm about to smoke those fans out. Once again, show your face. Where are the people 2 months ago, November, December-ish, said Wilder was ducking Dillian White and he should have took $3 million, his biggest career payday. And you know what's funny? If y'all want to hear what's funny about what Wilder did by not taking Dillian White for 3 million, but instead taking Luis Ortiz for 2.1 million, right? Because keep in mind, if he would have took that Eddie Hearn deal on an Eddie Hearn card in the UK, we've seen screwy things happen on scorecards, or someone the first sign of their hurt, like George Groves, Carl Froch, the first fight, they wave it off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the fuck? Look at AJ versus Carlos Takam. I don't think Carlos Takam was winning the fight. Absolutely not. But he could have maybe been the first person to push Joshua 12 rounds. That would have been, you know what I mean? That would have been good for his career. Like, hey, Joshua knocked everybody else out, but he didn't knock me out. But then the ref was like, and he had probably been hurt worse than that. You know what I'm saying? Earlier in the fight. But so why'd you pick that time? If you're gonna stop him, why'd you stop him after he got knocked down when he was super hurt? Listen, I don't give a fuck about who's in this chat saying crazy stuff. Their time will come, but I gotta get my thoughts out because see, this is what happens. We get so popping and we get so popular. We get the super chats, we get the engagement, we get the likes, and then with the hot seat blowing up, people start thinking they can just talk crazy in the hot seat, just like a little kid, and get attention. But I got stuff to say, so I'm not really worried about Techno Viking. He'll get his Viking ass handled in a minute. Anyway, it is what it is. Like, where are those same fans that said Dillian White was what needed to happen? If y'all want to hear why it's commendable what Wilder did choose, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? All you gotta do is hell yeah. I'm on one right now, and I know they can't destroy me with these points. So all you have to do is say hell yeah, and I'm gonna give you all some more perspective. Just my thoughts, people. Just my thoughts. See, that man is mad. Good. I want him to be mad. Keep writing paragraphs. You've already hit the dislike button, so unless you have multiple accounts, you're already done for with the dislike. I know you left a dislike like a hater. So you just sit there and let them wait like a little kid crying for a pacifier, crying because they couldn't get some candy. Sit there and wait. You should kneel before me. Anyway, check this out. Once again, all the stuff that these people say, he can write essays. I've not read one thing from him. You Americans, and I just stopped reading. Anyway, the funny thing is, what people actually try to insult. Oh, but Wilder was hurt. He was hurt in the seventh round. I'm actually giving him credit for being hurt in the seventh round. That's actually a good thing. Not good that he got hurt, but good that he got hurt and he showed his championship medal and survived and then turned things around. That's what's good. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, everyone's gonna want to fight a perfect fight if they can, but that's not how boxing works. But check this out with this whole Dillian White thing. Check this out. Dillian White, so Wilder turned down a little bit more money, 3 million, to take on Luis Ortiz for 2.1 million. So basically, let me get this straight. What they're trying to clown Wilder for, that's actually commendable because you took less money. Because first of all, you shouldn't be ever so concerned with another grown man's money where you just pocket watching. But whatever, that's what some of y'all millennials like to do. But anyway, even if you are pocket watching, this man took less money for more danger, right? He took less money to fight Luis Ortiz, since all y'all care about is how much these fighters make and when they sold out stadiums and live gates. How is that not respected in boxing where you took less money for the bigger challenge? Beating an undefeated southpaw with mad skill and multiple ways to get it done, more technique than you, for less money, as opposed to beating a guy who arguably lost to Derek Chisora, wasn't coming off his strongest performance against Robert Helenius, and the guy that Wilder really wants to fight, Anthony Joshua, knocked him out brutally. That was one of Joshua's actual brutal knockouts. He hit him with an uppercut or something. So once again, how are they trying to clown Wilder? He took less money. He took 2.1 to 3 million. He took almost a million less, 900,000 less to fight the more dangerous guy. The fuck is y'all talking about? But the reason he took it is because that motherfucker has vibranium in his right hand, and he's from Alabama, where they don't raise no punks. And he knew, and him and his team knew, the boxing world, should he beat Luis Ortiz, would give him more credit than Dillian White. So that's why he took $1 million pay cut. So if you really want to be real, he could have went over to UK. He would probably be favored. I don't see who wouldn't favor him to beat Dillian White. You know what I mean? Most people, I would say, would favor him, right, as a champion. 7 title defenses. So he could have took the bag. He could have just got him a bag, got almost $1 million more, and fought Dillian White, which would have probably been an easier fight. And I'm not trying to chump Dillian White, but Dillian White is not undefeated and he's not a southpaw. That alone is a problem. And there's a lot of people that would argue Luis Ortiz has more overall skills. You feel me? So what fuck is y'all talking about? Like you guys tell me what you were talking about. Wilder could have just got a bag by fighting the easier fight. See, and then when Floyd Mayweather, when y'all perceive that he's cherry picking and taking the path of least resistance, y'all talk shit to Floyd. Oh, why are you fighting Berto to close your contract? Even though he just beat Pacquiao, and his last 5-6 fights consisted of people like Cotto and Hatton, Maidana twice, and Pacquiao, right? Despite all of that, you just bring up the Berto fight. Oh, why are you fighting Berto? But even if that is your standpoint, then why are you not celebrating? Why are you not celebrating a guy like Deontay Wilder, who could have just went over to UK, got that bag, got less credit for beating Dillian White, and most people would probably perceive that as an easier fight. He took the harder fight for less money. Explain it. That's like, let's say Canelo was to face Jorge Sebastian Hyland or Jamal Charlo, and he could have fought Jamal Charlo for $2 million, or he could fight Jorge Sebastian Hyland for more money. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's no question. If Canelo fight Jorge Sebastian Hyland for more money, then he took the easier fight and got more money. Wilder took less money and the bigger task, the taller order, especially with his style. In my honest opinion, I think Luis Ortiz presents more problems to Wilder's style than Dillian White, especially just being an unorthodox fighter. You guys are getting bodied, man. And some of y'all, the worst part about it is some of old media don't know. They can't see it. It's like the boy from The Sixth Sense. He's like, I see dead people walking around. No, oh, that motherfucker lying. He and then come to find out, one of the people he's talking to is dead. He don't even know it. He think he alive. These old media like Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. They think they're alive right now. They think they're alive. You're not even alive right now. Nobody's really checking for you. Nobody really goes to your channel. You're not look at the growth. You're Bruce Willis. You're not alive. Remember when that dude was in his drawers in the beginning? Why, man? He had that gun, dude. Why? Mark Wahlberg, brother. Y'all not even alive right now. You Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. But they think they're alive. Oh, all these black channels and new media is a fucking bunch of clowns, I tell ya. Fucking clowns. Do you hear me? No, nobody hears you because you're not even alive right now. You think you're alive. You're Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, this shit is crazy. Like I said, you look at all, man, I don't pay attention to it, but like, you know, people leave you a comment, right? Ego, why do you block people that disagree with you? Slave It is back again. You have that beard just so you can look less gay. Really, Slave It? You came back on your sixth account to say that? Like really? You says why do you block people that disagree with you, and you have that beard so you can look less gay. Once again, we're like, hey, AJ and Wilder, let's fuck all that. Fuck the heavyweights. Talk about your beard. And you're pathetic, dude. You came back off of another stream where you got blocked literally like 4 or 5 times. My shooters was on your ass. You ever, man, I don't know what you're doing with all these accounts, but you keep respawning some kind of way. You keep respawning and then being back in the game like it's some Call of Duty shit. But this is your fifth or sixth time. You think it's cute. You think this shit is funny. You're a grown man analyzing the facial features of another grown man and stalking him. I'm gonna get a restraining order against you. Wait till I find where you live so I can subpoena you. I need a restraining order. Not that I'm scared. I just want some documentation. So if you come with it, then I could justify what happens next. You know what I'm saying? You're literally a stalker. Okay, AJ and Wilder. Wilder will get his ass beat. And I'm all over your Facebook as well. You're bragging. You're bragging that you're a stalker, that you get killed and then you respawn and come back. You're bragging. I'm on your Facebook as well. I'm on everything. What? I ain't never seen this. That man bragging. I just sent you a friend request too. What you gonna do? You're bragging about this. You like this. Littering. I shit you not, man. Until I got into the boxing game, I never knew men were like this. Like, you know what I mean? Because the dudes I know are my, like, homies or, like, you know what I mean? See some dudes I went to school with or, like, people, acquaintances at the gym or something. I've never seen it. Like, when I went to, like, I haven't been in the gym in a minute, but I was going to the gym. When I walk, oh, hey, what's up, Rob? They're not like, oh, you did something different with your beard. Like, what you working out today? Fuck the workout. Let's talk about your beard. Like, I'm following you on everything. Facebook, Instagram, AOL Instant Messenger. I'm in your Gmail. Like, you're bragging about this. It's really creepy. It really is. I'm on your Snapchat. I just sent you a snap. MySpace. I'm right next to Tom on your top 8. Like, you're on my top 8? Like, I don't even know my MySpace password. What the fuck is you talking about, man? This is crazy, man. Slavid, you got real life issues. Like, you got some issues, Slavid. I think you need some counseling to help you ass from bouncing off the bouncing off the walls when you get down some ass motherfucker. Like, it's funny. You come in and respawn and disrupt the stream for a minute, and then we get you out. And I don't know. This shit is crazy. Dear Ego, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I'm on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snapchat, and I left my home phone at the bottom. Like, what the fuck? Hey, shooters, Slavid's 15 seconds of fame is up. Please get him out of here. And please print that. Askia, who said you got these King Kniff fans ego. That's what I'm saying. But the funny thing is this, man. The funny thing is this. He's bragging about stalking me. Like, honestly, y'all can hate me or whatever you feel about me. Do you honestly think I would go through these lengths if somebody blocked me and just be like, I'm back. Ego's back in this motherfucker. Like, do you really think I would do this? Like, this, I don't even have the time to do it. I don't even have this much time for women. Like, I just got back. Like, I told y'all at the beginning of the stream, I just got back from a date. I just went to the movies. But I don't even give some chicks this much time. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be mad. Like, oh, why don't you text me back? But you have grown-ass men that are, oh, yeah, I know you blocked me. 18 times, but I'm back. And I'm on your Facebook. Oh, fuck yeah. You love to make it worse. Anyway, they try to distract me because I know I'm killing y'all with these points. Dear Mr. I'm so good to write my fans. This will be the last letter I ever send your ass. I don't deserve it. I know you got my last two letters. I wrote the addresses on them perfect. Ayo, dog. Why you do me like that? That's my brother Matthew. He's only 6 years old. We waited in the blistering cold for 4 hours and you just said no. He's like your fucking idol. He wants to be just like you. Like, get out of my world, man. That shit is crazy. Hey, I might, I'm gonna start doing because y'all know I'm the stream king, so we be getting a little support and Snapchats. But I see there's real life issues in the boxing community, so I might set aside some of the Snapchat money and start a foundation, like kids, like remedial kids, or like bipolar disorder. I mean, you guys can help me if you know a charity or something. But I really might start using some of this super chat money because I gotta give back to boxing. I gotta find a way to help the youth. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Like the children are our future, and this is what's happening. Like their brains are corroded. I'm like, man, the best heavyweight fight, Wilder versus Joshua. I gotta say, oh, your beard. You did that beard just to make yourself look less gay. So, okay, so using your logic, you're saying I look less gay with a beard. You didn't even know me when I didn't have a beard. I've had a beard for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I look less gay to you. Like, you're happy. You're happy when I don't shave my facial hair. Like, these dudes is some real life weirdos. Wee. Let me get back to boxing because I know you motherfuckers when I address the bullshit. Let's get back to boxing. I'm unsubscribing, man. Listen, I tell you guys it all the time. It's a free fucking country. Unsubscribe, call me. Oh, Ego's being cocky. He told me to unsubscribe. Yep. Yeah, so I don't have to hear you guys complain. If you don't like the flow, the context, the topics, or bringing up race or whatever as it pertains to boxing, then you don't have to be here. This is what's wrong with these stalkers. They act like out of all the 40 billion hours of YouTube video content that is uploaded every fucking day, they act like they have to come to me. Like, it's like Netflix. Out of all the movies they have in their catalog, you don't have to watch anything particular. You can't watch The Punisher and be like, this show sucks. Why am I watching The Punisher? Fuck this show. I should have watched Narcos. This Punisher sucks. He's gay. Like, no one told your bitch ass to watch Punisher. You need to be punished. You should have been punished when you was a kid. A wee young lad, if you're from the UK or Ireland, you should have got your ass kicked. Because that's what's wrong with you now. Ego. Listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but these trolls and stuff got me like super straightforward. Someone said, who you got, Floyd or Spence? I don't give a fuck because truthfully, I don't think this shit's gonna happen. Floyd's retired. See, this is what I'm saying. And when I bring up Floyd in retrospect, or when I bring him as an analogy, you're sucking that Floyd dick, all right, right? But then y'all bring up matches that Floyd is 41, and I seen him with a picture with hella bitches and birthday cakes and stuff. He's not worried about Errol Spence, their friends. So I'm not breaking down no fights I don't think is gonna happen. It's a waste of time. That's how I've always been. Ego said you like Floyd and you love Spence. I don't know what that was, but whatever, for sure. Valdez Quigg, don't know. I haven't really thought too much of it. It should be a good fight. Quigg can crack. And if Valdez fights like he fought last time, Quigg definitely has a chance. But if Valdez is on his, I've been to the Olympics 2 times on his boxing shit, then that's something different. Anyway, I'm not done talking about Wilder Joshua shit. Y'all gotta give this man some credit. Like, it's almost embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And like, I ain't never, like, I've been to a couple countries. Like, I used to live in UK. I've been to Mexico, shit like that. And I ain't never seen a region of people that were so against their own countrymen. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like real life crazy. Like I watch all these motherfuckers from Argentina, like Sergio Martinez, and he know damn well that he respect Floyd Mayweather. That's why he was calling him out, and he said Floyd Mayweather would be a harder fight than Pacquiao. Won't, won't, won't. He knew Floyd would beat Maidana. He knew it. But since that's his friend and fellow countryman, he said I gotta rock with Maidana. You know what I mean? I'm going with Matisse versus Danny Garcia. And it's so funny to me because I don't give a fuck. If that's what he wants to go with, he's going to be wrong. If you're picking Maidana over Floyd, cool, go with it and be wrong. You know what I mean? Go with your countryman. I don't have a problem with shit like that. But the thing is, when you do it to American fighters, and a lot of American fighters that are black get this, where their fans like, hey, Deontay Wilder, he showed us a lot. Oh, you sucking Wilder dick. You on that bandwagon. Like, what? Like, y'all love foreign fighters. Like, Americans ain't never left the porch, ain't left the stoop. All right. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all want to see a dead body? We got a hot seat right now. His name is Mr. Architect. We're going to see who's the architect. You say you talking crazy, bro. Stop it. First of all, I don't stop shit. You got a better chance of not watching me. Second of all, what if I said that was crazy? Oh, okay. So this is someone else. See, I'm ready to catch a body. It's a false alarm. He's talking to somebody else. See, y'all got to start putting who y'all talking to. Like, because when I see it, I don't know if it's directed at me or not. You should put, like, Joey, da-da-da-da. Hey, Ego, do you think Wilder too small for Joshua? No. I know Joshua said in the interview he would eat him. He's too small. You think it matters? No. See, this is what I'm saying. This, like Jay-Z said, this ain't a movie, dog. The man was smaller than Luis Ortiz, and you seen what happened. Who got knocked down at all in that fight? The smaller 214-pound Wilder or the 241-pound Luis Ortiz? Who got knocked down Wilder's last fight? The 219-pound Deontay Wilder or the 254, 260-pound Bermane Stiverne? Like, weight is not the end-all, be-all. Yes, it matters in, like, you have to take, listen, I'm going to say it like this. Weight is a case-by-case basis based on who's dealing with the weight deficit. If we're talking Floyd Mayweather and he's up against a bigger Canelo, Victor Ortiz, Maidana, De La Hoya, okay, he can overcome that weight deficit. Maybe even Pacquiao in his prime. I mean, because he showed you he could beat people's asses that were naturally bigger than him. And then all of a sudden his knockout stopped for whatever reason. But it just depends on who the person is. If it's Kell Brook going up against Triple G does too many offensive things well, plus the natural size difference, and he's strong as an ox. Kell Brook can't overcome that. You know what I mean? If it's Amir Khan fighting Canelo, Amir Khan was winning the first 4 rounds. But one mistake he made or getting caught, then it was slept. So it just depends on who it is. Wilder, Joshua, they're both big dudes. One punch can change the whole dynamic. Shout out to Cabron Woodifin, $5 super chat, gang gang. He said, I believe Wilder will beat AJ mentally before they even enter the ring. Wilder's a mental giant. I'll take more than the physical attributes to beat Wilder. That's a great comment. I agree with that. Shout out to you for the super chat. I don't think it's the volume. My voice is fucked up from yelling at this Wilder fight and doing back-to-back live streams. So I don't think turning my volume up will help. And it's late at night. I'm just doing this just for the fans. But and no one else has said nothing about the volume, so I'm assuming you guys can hear me. All right. But yeah, everyone gets hung up on weight. Weight don't always tell the tale. It could, but like I said, you got to take it on a case-by-case basis. You know what I mean? It depends on who's dealing with the weight deficit. You know what I mean? If it was Shane Mosley, who was like killing lightweights, going up to fight Oscar De La Hoya, he might have been like killing himself to make lightweight, and he was able to do it because he was young. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then yeah, he can have power that carries up to 147 because that weight cut might help him. But it's, like I said, case-by-case basis. But Wilder, he already puts to bed the weight argument because Wilder has more explosive, crazier knockouts than Anthony Joshua. And Joshua has historically weighed more. If you look at Wilder's weights in his last 8 fights and you look at Joshua's weights in his last 8 fights, who has a more highlight reel knockouts and who came in lighter? So the heavyweight shit with the weight, that doesn't matter. And by and large, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Well, with them two, it doesn't matter. Put it that way. Joshua's a TKO artist. Yeah, I mean, he knocked out Dillian White. That was a good one. But Carlos Takam, I think, wasn't he standing still? Man, put to Carlos Takam, since y'all love Takam so much, put him in there with Wilder. You think Carlos Takam, he's kind of tricky. You think he got more for Wilder, and I think he's an orthodox fighter. Don't quote me on that. You think he's gonna be, if Wilder just knocked down Ortiz 3 times, never got knocked down, what is Carlos Takam gonna do to him at 6'1" and not having the power of Luis Ortiz? You know what I'm saying? Y'all say stupid shit. Carlos Takam didn't even beat Joseph Parker. What are y'all talking about? You know what I mean? Put Carlos Takam in there with Wilder. Y'all be like, oh, it's a cherry pick. This is fucking ridiculous. Just like if, per Eddie Hearn, if Gerald Big Miller looks good against Johan Duhaupas, right, he might land a Joshua shot. And Joshua's coming to him. They were talking about making the fight in Brooklyn. So Joshua was willing to come to New York for a fighter. Deontay Wilder had several fights in Brooklyn. Archer Spilka, Bermain Severn 2, yesterday's Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Why? I understand Miller's from Brooklyn, but Joshua or Wilder fights in Brooklyn too. You know what I mean? Why not come to America for Wilder? Vegas, Brooklyn, wherever. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is my point. Miller, according to Eddie Hearn, if he looks good or sensational versus a guy that Wilder knocked out years ago, then he might land a Joshua shot. He might get a Joshua shot. But when Joshua fought this name and people that weren't really familiar with the Johan Duhaupas brand, and I'm not going to front, I did videos and I'm like, I don't know much about him either, but just because you don't know someone doesn't automatically make a bum. Because motherfuckers didn't know 2 years ago, I ain't hear one person saying nothing about no Dimitri Bivol, and he just knocked out Sullivan Barrera, so everybody got to start from somewhere. Who was talking about Dimitri Bivol in 2012 or some shit? You know what I mean? So, like I said, new names emerged. But anyway, when Wilder fought Johan Duhaupas, he was a bum. But now, years after, and another knockout after, because Alexander Povetkin also knocked out Johan Duhaupas, if Miller looks good, per Eddie Hearn, against this guy that you guys called a cherry pick and a bum, when Wilder fought him when he was undefeated and he had momentum by beating Robert Helenius when he was undefeated, now all of a sudden that might land you a Joshua match. But once again, Wilder has all these prerequisites and obstacle courses and hurdles and monkey bars and things he has to do, jump through hoops of fire and hopscotch. He got to do all that. But Miller can fight someone that Wilder already beat, and then he just beat someone who was pretty avoided in the division, like Luis Ortiz, but that's not good enough. Crazy. So first of all, first order of business, first things first. Anthony Joshua has to get past Joseph Parker, and he sounds motivated. Joshua should be the favorite, but we got to see how that plays out. I want Joshua to win because I think I want to see Joshua Wilder the most out of any heavyweight fight. But after that, it's going to be real. If Joshua wins, I promise y'all, it's going to be really interesting to see the direction Team Joshua and Eddie Hearn go. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going to speculate a bunch of shit. I'm only going off of what they've told the public, interviews and quotes and shit. J-Dog says, no one, the first person I heard mention Bivol was Milt on Dante's Boxing Nation. He the only one that's been talking about Bivol. Yeah, I mean, Bivol, but like I said, no one's talking about Bivol a couple of years ago. And now he just looked good, and that was a major step up for better than anyone he did. He had fought, and he knocked him out. So just because you don't know a person doesn't mean that he's trash. I mean, Derevyanchenko, he looks like he might be pretty cool, too, for the middleweight division. It's going to be very interesting, people. Very interesting to see what they decide to do in terms of Wilder Joshua. And like I said, one by one, new media is coming through sniping people that had all these excuses. Oh, nobody knows Wilder in New York. We asked random people that don't know shit about boxing in general who Wilder was. Haha. We got you. And the funny thing is, they do little stuff like this, fans and all this, promoter, whatever, and they think they're outsmarting the public. Oh yeah, look, we asked this random fucking rabbi who's just walking by on New York, and he got a ham sandwich or whatever. We asked him while he's trying to eat his bagel who Deontay Wilder is, and he said, "Who, Dion? Like who? Like really? That's proving something." Shout out to Paul Ruffin, $2 super chat, Shmoney Gang. There's no defense for the truth. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You could do that anywhere. I can go to Cincinnati, where Broner's from, Aaron Pryor, and be like, "Who's Aaron Pryor?" They'll be like, "Oh no, is he a comedian? Richard Pryor's brother, right? Live from the Sunset Strip." Next time, a motherfucker call, tell him I said suck my dick. Goddamn. Like, they don't know. They're not gonna know if you don't watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Aaron Pryor. Prior to what? Like what? What are you talking about? Yeah, no, I'm just saying Eddie Hearn did that little, oh, here, watch this. No one knows Wilder in New York, and he's just asking random people. Bitches walking to court to get custody cases handled and shit. You just gonna ask her. She could be having a bad day. She don't even want to answer questions. You just asking random. Like that doesn't prove anything. You could do that to anybody. Who's Kell Brook? I don't know. Who's Errol Spence Jr.? Can I buy a lifeline? They're not gonna know none of these motherfuckers if you don't watch boxing. So to me, it proves nothing. You get what I'm saying? Why don't Eddie Hearn? He should have started listening to his fighters. You know what I mean? Because let's be real. There's a lot of fighters in the UK, and they're really, really just in the infancy of their careers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, ask him who Lee Selby is out this motherfucker. Who's Lee Selby? See if they know him. Since Deontay Wilder is your point of interest, like I said. Like, who's Anthony Joshua? I don't know. Does he have two first names? My mom told me never trust someone with two first names. You can't just ask random people. That's not how this game works. But fans ran with it because Eddie Hearn did it or whatever. It's on tape, and they're like, "Yeah, Eddie, you roasted him. You got the black bastard. That was funny." No, it wasn't. You could do that anywhere. There's a 7-Eleven up the street, and there's this crackhead that's always by the red box. I can bring my camera out and just ask him, "Hey, what about Wilder, Luis Ortiz? Who you think go win?" I'm gonna go with like like you good, bro? Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start just going to the hood, you know what I'm saying, Oakland, and just go to like the worst places and just start doing boxing interviews and see how much boxing knowledge we have. Just crackheads and shit. Omar Figueroa, he pulled out the fight, huh? Like, stop it. It's not how this shit works. Young Julep, $2 super chat. You think we're witnessing Wilder in his prime? Yeah, I mean, definitely in his prime because he's evolving and he's getting more confident. You know what I'm saying? Someone said classic, you should do that. Yeah. That would be funny. Have a bunch of crackheads breaking down fights and shit. Now, Joseph Parker, what he need to do before I fight Joshua, smoke some rock. I started in 76. And if Joshua smoked that rock, I ain't never had that much energy ever in my life. But in 76, when I first started smoking rock, teeth falling out and shit. Like, you just told a professional fighter to smoke rock before. Look, hold on. Don't block him. Please, shooters, don't block him. There's a dude and his profile picture. I just want you guys to see what I deal with. It's a picture that I have of my face from Instagram. He has downloaded it to his computer or phone You know what I mean? So if it's on the computer, I'm saved in his cookies, his search engine, his history, and it says Boxing Ego Junior, and he's running around with my face as his default picture. You something not right with some of y'all. Like Boxing Ego Junior, and it's my face. At like I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, like a celebrity like Denzel Washington, you know, Channing Tatum, and you're using my face as your pic. It's kind of creepy. Like you took the time to download my picture or screenshot it and then crop it and all that. That's and like YouTube. Hey, what would you like to name your account? Boxing Ego Junior. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Boxing Ego Junior. And I'm gonna use his face. Let's see if he likes that. Y'all some weirdos. Some Science of the Lamb, Buffalo Bill motherfuckers. Now the creep is saying, Ego, you should do a live call-in show. Not with you having a picture of my face and my name with a junior by it. Why do you want me to do a live call-in so you can call in? Hey, it's me. I got your picture. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. What's your favorite scary movie, Ego? Listen, idiot. My boyfriend, like your boyfriend, Steve. Motherfuckers, how you gonna stalk me and then recommend that I have a live call-in show? Like, really? And the thing is, I don't even have any kids. I don't even have kids. So the fact that you put Boxing Ego Junior is just, yo, one of my shooters, can y'all take out the trash? Can please just handle that? It's just weird. It's just a bunch of weird shit on. And the thing is, it doesn't affect me. Like, I'm not losing sleep. I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? But it's just creepy. Come on, my shooters, please remove the fake me, the imposter me. Then there's someone with the ES News, like, y'all are weird. Some of y'all are real life weird. Like, why you had to be Boxing Ego Junior and ES News? Why, like, top dogs in this game? Like, why don't y'all be y'all, be Richard or whatever your name is? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. Man, anyway, Joshua Hearn, their next move is going to be very interesting. I'm definitely watching the Joseph Parker Joshua fight, right? But man, Hearn keeps saying crazy stuff right now to me. He was like, that was slave it. That's what I'm saying. He's on his like 8th account. Anyway, listen, shooters, just be on the lookout because I'm not even. I don't want this whole stream to be focusing on these oddballs. I don't really have the patience. I'm already up late. So the likes just kind of stopped. So make sure y'all, if y'all being entertained and all that, smash the like button. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all, keep saying it. It helps the channel. I'm straining my voice like a bitch trying to even get this video out. But now Eddie Hearn is saying, see, this is what I'm talking about. I understand, like, and this is, you know, this is the thing that's crazy about this boxing game, is there are real life haters in the game, like people who talked a bunch of shit. Wilder has a bum resume. He'll never step up. Windmill Wilder, he's getting knocked out by Luis Ortiz, and they're actually hating, right? Actually hating because he proves you wrong and all that, and you won't admit it. But then you got people like me, and I'm just being honest, and I'm giving you my honest assessment. So now it's gonna sound like, because I already told you my opinion about the Joshua Wilder situation, and talked about contradictions that Eddie Hearn made. Now what he's saying with Kell Brook and Errol Spence, now it looks like I'm just going after Eddie Hearn, but it's really not. It's just what he's saying. So anyway, Eddie Hearn post Brook knocking out Rabchenko, basically, right? Post that, he says that bottom line is Errol Spence Jr. is not a better fighter than Kell Brook, and like basically the reason he lost was because of the weight, because he had to come back down to weight and he was weight drained. I really don't like that type of stuff. Like me personally, my personal taste as a boxing fan, and the thing is, one of the reasons I don't like it is because like it's really neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I fought Errol Spence Jr. and he knocked me out. And I'm like, oh man, I ate some quesadillas and rolled tacos and I had a shit right before the fight. And man, when he hit me with that body, none of that really even matters. It doesn't matter that I upset stomach. What matters is how am I gonna bounce back for it? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point? Like your record, you can say whatever you want. Oh, I was weight drained, and a couple of me fights and me weight and all that. You can say that, but it doesn't change the outcome. So it's like Errol Spence, and not even to my knowledge, he never even really worried about Kell Brook, right? I ain't heard. The only time I heard in recent memory, Errol Spence is gunning for people who are actually in his division. Kell Brook allegedly moved up to 54, and he already has a win over him, and he has his old belt. I ain't even heard Errol Spence even talk about Kell Brook. The only time he said something was recently after Kell Brook mentioned him or Eddie Hearn saying, we lost because mid-fight weight and all that. Like, it's just crazy. Like, and I just feel like, what's the basis? You lost, you got stopped, it's on tape, it's on camera, it's on BoxRec. You don't have the belt, you're moving on with your career. You just got a win from Rabchenko. You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you fight Rabchenko and then all of a sudden that's supposed to be like, oh, he's back? Like, you know what I mean? That's good. You need a tune-up fight after losing two times in a row by stoppage. But there's killers at 154. You still talking about Errol Spence. And he already beat you. Yeah, and you sparred Rabchenko before, so you already had some experience with his style. Look, Errol Spence will fight him at 54 if he gets a title, and then Eddie Hearn said, yes, please. But see, listen, man, this is the other thing. This is the other thing I gotta explain. This is the other thing. Okay. And I told you guys this. Wow, somebody said you need a girlfriend in your life, ego, because you have so much anger. Okay. Shout out to Angel for taking out the trash. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, once again, do you notice people don't tell me what they're disagreeing with directly? It's always like, you're ugly. Look at your beard. You need a girlfriend. You're full of anger. Okay, why are you watching me? Simple. Anyway, back to business. The other thing for me with the whole Eddie Hearn situation is this. Well, Kell Brook, this is why I said Kell Brook's kind of in a precarious situation right now, because he's can't wait midway, you know what I'm saying? He can't make 47 again. So Amir Khan, just listen, hear me out and tell me if what I, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I always get it right, but tell me this doesn't make sense and tell me you don't understand what I'm saying. Amir Khan, in the past at least, in the recent past, said after the Canelo knockout, he says he is not moving back up to fight Kell Brook at 54, right? Doesn't mean they can't fight at 149 or 150 at catchweight, but why would you be willing to if you're saying the only reason you lost to Errol Spence Jr. is because of midweight and all this, right? Then why are you gonna fight Amir Khan at a catchweight, right? Did you guys get what I'm saying? Why don't you, instead of making Errol Spence Jr. come to 54, if you're willing to fight Amir Khan, at a catchweight, right? Then why don't you fight Kell Brook or Errol Spence at a catchweight? You want him to jump up to the 154. You get what I'm saying? Or it's gonna, like, this is how promoters and teams back themselves into a corner. If Amir Khan is with Eddie Hearn now, right? He's with He's with Matchroom right now. He's with Heyman, and then also has this deal, just like Danny Jacobs, with Matchroom, where he's getting promoted by Eddie Hearn or whatever, right? Then you better not make the Amir Khan Kell Brook fight at no welterweight. If you're complaining that the only reason you lost is because midweight, right? And Amir Khan, keep in mind, said at least in the past, I'm not moving to 54 to fight Kell Brook because obviously he tasted 54 versus Canelo and it didn't go his way. So I don't want to see you fight Amir Khan at 147 because then now if Amir Khan beats you, then you could say the same thing midweight and basically midweight. So you, it's not a good look because you threw that out there when you didn't even have to mention Errol Spence Jr. Does that make any sense to anybody? Can you guys hear the stream? Furthermore, this is another issue. You jumped up 2 weight classes. Nobody told you to do that to fight Golovkin. No one told you to fight Chris Eubank Jr.'s battles or whatever when the negotiation with him and Golovkin didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, let's say Deontay Wilder was supposed to fight AJ and it fell apart. So Kovalev just jumps up 2 divisions to, oh, I'll fight Wilder. Since he don't want to take the AJ deal, I'll take what AJ was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody told you to do that. Then you did it, got stopped by Golovkin. Then you dropped back down because you would have looked like you were ducking Errol Spence, and you had to fight your mandatory, and you were under an immense public scrutiny from channels like mine, just pressing for the fight. Like, hey, let's see it. Like, you still got to handle business at welterweight. Now you're saying I lost my fight with Errol Spence because of the weight, but then there's a mega fight that's always been brewing for the last couple years or 5 years or whatever it's been with Amir Khan, who said he's not fighting you at 54. So what are you gonna fight him at a catch weight? You're gonna, but why do I want to see you go down below 154 if you're talking about the reason you lost to Errol Spence was because you were drained? So if you fight him at 150, that's only 3 pounds north of 147. So won't you be midweight? Won't you be drained at 150? You know what I mean? So, I hope if he fights Amir Khan should take the, or I'm not saying Amir Khan needs to take the fight, but if it doesn't happen at 154, then you're gonna know something don't add up with that story, right? Because you complaining, and it doesn't. You can't pick and choose. You can't. Oh no, because Errol Spence's style plus the weight drain. No, you know what I mean. You think you can beat Amir Khan. That's what I'm saying. This is what it boils down to. You think you could beat Amir Khan, so you don't care if you're slightly drained or whatever at 147. That's what this boils down to. But when Errol proved to be too much for you, then now you're gonna throw that out there. You know what I mean? But if you think you're gonna do the sacrifice just like you did with Errol Spence for Amir Khan, whether it's a catch weight or not, I'll be very surprised if Amir Khan agrees to 154, especially when he probably feels he's the A side. You know what I'm saying? So Kell Brook's in a tough place because he did all this moving around 160, back down to 47. Now he's at 154. Now he's saying he was weight drained for the Errol Spence fight. My fat, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys can hear me because the stream is just not moving anymore. Can y'all hit a like? Can y'all show me if y'all are even still here? Because I feel like I'm going to go to bed if... I don't even know if anyone's even here. Yeah. Y'all gotta, these vampire streams, y'all gotta occasionally leave a comment because I'm thinking this shit is frozen and I definitely, what time is it? Fuck. Yeah, y'all gotta occasionally hit the like button or something because it's late. But like I said, the Kell Brook's just in a tough situation because anyway, now he's at 154. There's killers up there. You know what I mean? The Edeslani Lara, Jared Swift Hurd fight is a tough fight. Jermell Charlo is certainly a tough fight, right? Liam Smith versus Saddam Ali, that could be a tough fight. So there's all these tough fights at 154. Are we gonna see Kell Brook just fight a bunch of people at 54 that aren't 54 pounders like Amir Khan? You know what I mean? So I think Kell Brook is in like he did a lot with his weight in a short period of time. So I just think he's in a precarious situation. It'll be real interesting to do what he's doing next, or to see what he's gonna do next. Just like AJ and what they decide if they get past Joseph Parker. Kell Brook did all this stuff to his weight, and now he's said he lost because he was weight trained for Errol Spence. Errol Spence already obliged you and said, "I'll fight you at 54, get a title." So now you're gonna have to fight someone real at 54 because majority of the people that have a title are good. You know what I mean? And Saddam Ali is the only person who doesn't have like the size because he came from welterweight and he just beat up on Cotto, right? But these other Jared Hurds, he bigger than Lotta, and Lotta's bigger than you. So I know, man, I know Hurd will be looking like a giant next to Kell Brook. You know what? Adonai Alvarez asked a very good question. He says, "Ego, where's the best venue for Wilder Joshua?" You know, I'm not really concerned with that. I think it's really whatever they can decide. Wilder said he'll travel, but then he also said the money's in the United States. So if they want to do it in Vegas, I'm with it. If they want to do it in Brooklyn, Barclays, I'm with it. If they want to do it in Wembley, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I don't really have a problem where. I don't really care. I just want to see it happen. So it just whatever works out for them in terms of making the most money for the people involved, because boxing is a business. We can't forget that. You know what I mean? So wherever makes the most business sense, let's see it. I just want to see it more than anything. But now, like I said, now Kell Brook is kind of back. See, and this is, I'm gonna show y'all because some of y'all haven't seen it on my last live stream. If Kell Brook gets a world title, I'll fight him at 54. See, and I'm telling you, the way Errol Spence's brain is set up right now, he's feeling himself. He's a champion. He's not backing down. I mean, all these Houston boys. We're gonna talk about Charlo versus Jacobs in a second here, right? These Houston and Texas, Dallas boys, they're not really playing right now. And now, because you decided to make a statement about Errol Spence, now he's almost calling your bluff or saying he wants to smoke. He said, win a title, which to do that, again, you're going to have to fight a good fighter, right? And then you'll fight, he said he'll fight you at 154. So, Kell Brook, when all you had to do is just accept the loss to Errol Spence, move on with your career, and then just be done. Now you got Errol Spence pressing you again. And that style, I don't think it was the weight. I don't think it was the weight. I think it was the style. I think Kell Brook was under duress. He was under a lot of pressure. And that's how Errol Spence fights. You know what I mean? And I definitely can't say after 2 back-to-back losses, beating Rabchenko is your back. You know what I mean? See, people in boxing get it so fucking twisted, man. I'm going to give you some examples. Kovalev knocked out Igor McKelkin. Who was that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't even look like the dude had the power. I mean, I've only seen highlights, but who was that? You know what I mean? And then you beat a guy Sullivan Barrera, who got knocked out yesterday. He beat a guy who he beat in Shabransky. I can't say he's back after 2 back-to-back Ward losses. I can't. Now, if you go in there with the Adonis Stevenson Badu Jack winner and knock him out like you did Igor McKelkin, okay, you can say he's back mentally or he's back physically. If you do that to Bivol or Beterbiev, who beat you in the amateurs, I think, twice, then I could say he's back. But just because you win a tune-up against a guy like, it's always a name you really probably haven't heard. Igor McKelkin and Sergey Rabchenko. Who is that? You know what I mean? That's crazy. Just because you beat Rabchenko, put Rabchenko in there with Jermell Charlo. Please do it. If Jermell Charlo's knocking out a contender / #1 mandatory that showed promise in the first round, what is Rabchenko going to do? Like, what's he going to do to Jermell Charlo? You know what I mean? So it's like Kell Brook and these fighters and mentalities, it's better just to keep pick up the pieces, build back up, and stuff like that. Kell Brook is a good fighter, very skilled, but now you got Errol Spence on you. He's telling you to win a title, and to do that, you're gonna have to go through some fire because, again, you got champions like Jermell Charlo, and the winner of Jared Swift Hurd, Edeslani Lara. Whoever wins that fight is a top dog. You know what I mean? And the only people that can probably beat the winner of Edeslani Lara, Jared Swift Hurd, would be Jermell Charlo, right? So it's just it's bad. And then imagine this: you say your eyes are healed, you're not worried about. I'm just telling you, I see the writings on the wall. You say your eyes are healed, and it's like it never happened. He literally said that. Kell Brook literally said that. He says, my eyes are healed. It's like it never happened. Eddie Hearn and you were basically saying you lost to Errol Spence because you were weight drained. So what if Errol Spence comes up to 54 and fights you and beats you again? That's going to be a terrible lot. You know what I mean? That's going to be terrible because now you can't fall back on the weight drain. You can't say the same guy beat me and he beat me at a weight that I have more fights at, but I was weight drained again. You know what I mean? So that's like a once and done type of excuse. You know what I mean? Excuse. It's just like, same thing with Kovalev. The first fight with Ward was close. Everybody being real admits it was close. Son of judges. That's cute. That's cool. But nobody's, you can't just keep losing the Ward and then it's always son of somebody else. Oh, son of Tony Weeks flat top. Like, you can't keep doing that. Like, you've already expired. You've already exhausted that option. Son of judges, son of Tony Weeks, and son of nut shots, and no one's gonna believe you after that. And that's the thing with Kell Brook. If Kell Brook lost to Errol Spence and blames it on the weight, wait, right? And then if he comes to beat you at 54, then what can you say? And like I said, if you're complaining that you only lost to Errol Spence and Errol Spence is not a better fighter than you just lost at 47 because of the weight, then don't fight Amir Khan at 47. And he said he's not fighting you at 54. So it's like these teams back themselves into a corner for anyone who's paying attention. If you listen to multitudes of interviews, some of the shit don't be adding up. And that's just what it is. Make sure y'all smash the like button, people. Smash the like button. We working. We on the graveyard shift. The vampire stream. Smash the like button, man. I think I need to make some. When you do that, you get money and pay a price. You can't have it always. He knew Spence was a mandatory and will most likely have lost in a good build-up. See? That's what I'm saying. He took the... Amir Khan kind of did it too with the Canelo fight. and see, this is what I'm talking about with new media. I told you guys, I specifically told you guys, I said, I did a special edition 7 reasons. 7 reasons Canelo and Amir Khan should not happen next. I knew the outcome. I knew what type of fight that would be. Amir Khan can do great, and if he makes a mistake, we knew the outcome. And that's exactly what happened. Very easy for hardcore boxing fans to see that. Canelo can make 20 mistakes, and based on the size differential, it won't affect him because Canelo looks like he has a sturdy beard. But Amir Khan, coming up in weight, being on a long layoff since the Chris Algieri fight, even getting hurt by Chris Algieri. I mean, you knew what would happen if he got hurt by Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't make sense. I even did 7 reasons. Now you hear Amir Khan, he said, oh, I made a mistake. It was too much weight for me. This is what I told y'all when it was going on. And y'all said, oh, you're hating Amir Khan could outbox him. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm always the hater, and I'm the biased dick rider, or whatever you guys throw out. And then all of a sudden, when it don't go that way, then no one comes to apologize. Oh, okay, I guess you weren't a hater. I guess I didn't know what I was talking about. It's always, they just disappear. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm straight up, man. Like, Wilder, Ortiz, I told you guys, like, I don't care. I picked Wilder to win. I picked him by stoppage. It's on tape. It's video and audio to support this, right? And I never disrespected the whole time I actually give assessments. Like, do you guys notice that? Like the predictions and stuff. I try to give you reasons why, 7 reasons, or really break down the fight. A lot of people just pick somebody and say a couple other things and then just wrap up the video. I try to tell you why I feel that way from like Paulie Malignaggi, you know what I mean, from like a technical standpoint. But you notice I never disrespected Luis Ortiz, said it was gonna be a blowout or an easy fight or anything. The only thing I did say is if Deontay Wilder somehow makes it look like it's an easy fight and does like a Bermane Stiverne 2 job, then I'm like, wow, this dude is like crazy. But I expected a tough fight. You know what I mean? I expected it, and that's exactly what it is. That's why you don't hear me making excuses or backtracking. People picked Luis Ortiz, and then when he loses, oh, he was old, and I still don't like him. You know what I mean? So you already proved that no matter what, you're still not gonna like him, because he did. What is there not to like about Wilder's performance? Never got knocked down, showed heart. Of course, people get hurt. It's the sport. You know what I mean? You can't hold that against someone, because at the end of the day, Luis Ortiz got hurt more than him because he got knocked down. See, this is what I'm saying with the casuals. They're focusing on Wilder. Oh, I know for a fact AJ beats him because Luis Ortiz was able. Luis Ortiz and AJ don't fight alike. You know what I'm saying? They fight completely different. So what are you even talking about? That's like me saying, oh, Ricky Hatton beat this guy, so I know Floyd Mayweather can beat him. Or actually, that's not a good example. That's like me saying Floyd Mayweather beat this guy, so I know Ricky Hatton can beat this. Like Floyd Mayweather beat Pacquiao, so I know Ricky Hatton can beat Pacquiao. It's definitely not how it works when Floyd don't fight like Ricky Hatton. And you've seen Pacquiao knock Ricky Hatton out. And you've seen Floyd beat Pacquiao. These types of like baby ass points, like they don't hold weight, these triangle theories. Jessica says, boxing ego, you are the best. Yes, you always give assessments. I tried to do that. That's what I honestly try. It's not like some people would be like, oh, Canelo versus Golovkin rematch. I'm picking Canelo. I'm picking Golovkin. Why? What is Canelo going to do adjustment-wise? What is... Break it down. And a lot of times these channels or people, they don't even say it with respect. It's like Chicken Leg Wilder or Beyonce Wilder. Man, and you wonder why you don't grow and no one respects you. And you can never advance because you're talking about some Beyonce Wilder. Beyonce Wilder will knock you out. Period. What are you talking about? See, this is that internet shit. I'm not really with it. I'm not really with that internet stuff. Like, you're talking greasy on a man that you know you can't beat. You know what I mean? You're not even Charlie Zelenoff. Charlie Zelenoff will probably beat some of y'all ass. Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I mean? Y'all talking about, oh, Beyonce Wilder. Look at his chicken legs. You fight him then. Crazy. But yeah, anyone not giving Wilder his propers, they probably will never. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, he could beat AJ and they'll still say something. Oh, just because the fight didn't happen or the fight took place in Las Vegas, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This is simply what we do. But the great thing about a lot of the American champions that I've noticed recently is they're not giving you much to criticize. Like they're making sure all the exits are blocked and stuff like that. Wilder didn't give you, he gave you an action fight. He showed that his chin isn't what you guys said it was, and it holds up to a power puncher. He overcame a deficit, never was knocked down, created 3 knockdowns, so he still showed power. He went for it. Like some people being down in the fight, when they got a guy hurt, they might not even go for it. Why would you even go for it? Some guys wouldn't even go for it just because they know they themselves got hurt with the counter. Luis Ortiz is a left-hander, and the punch that set up Wilder being hurt that bad in the 7th round. See, some of y'all dumb idiots don't even watch boxing. The punch from a southpaw that hurt Luis Ortiz hurt Wilder with was a right hook. If I'm not mistaken, it was a right hook. So I can't say most, but a lot of southpaws are left-hand dominant. That shows you that Luis Ortiz has power in both hands. So he was able to counter. They punched at the same time, and Luis Ortiz was able to counter with the right. He was able to counter Deontay Wilder and hurt him with the right. So You know what I mean? Some guys would be hesitant just off that. Like, I got hurt with a counter, and he's clearly showing power in both of his hands. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is there not to like? What is there not to like at all? I don't get it. Shout out to my dude RTD. He said, I know he's wild as well, but I don't think Wilder is sloppy as people try to make it. Yeah, I don't agree. I think that too. He had some good movement, evaded some good combos from Ortiz. That's true. And like even in the early rounds, Wilder, you can even tell from pictures. Let me see if I can pull it up. You could tell from pictures the dude has good reflexes, especially for a heavyweight, because Luis Ortiz has like a snappy jab, you know what I mean, that Cuban jab, and Wilder was like getting out of range of the jab and shit. And he's taller, you know what I mean? He's a taller dude. Let me see if I can find. But oh, Wilder's chin sucked. He ate that. Never went down. He's eating punches like this. Eating punches like this on the button. Eating punches like this. Look. Planted. Hold on. Sorry. Eating punch. Look. Eating punches like this. Eating straight shots. This is a southpaw landing in straight left. Look. But y'all said, oh, he sucked. But yeah, there's some times where he was this might have been when he when he was hurt. Shout out to my dude Les for these dope ass pictures. What is there to hate on him? Like what he went through, what y'all said y'all wanted him to go through. See? These are some of his money shots, I guess. Look, entertaining the crowd. He on the ground. I'm in the car, trying to figure out what the just happened. Damn, he's trying to put his life into that right hand right now. Look. And see, all you idiots talking about it was a premature stoppage. He's not even looking at the fucking ref. You mutts. You know what I'm saying? Look, the ref is counting this, and this behavior I seen more than once, because I think this was the second knockdown in the fight. This was, man, the haters talking some shit like, oh, I still think it was a premature the ref is counting him out, and he's not even making eye contact with the ref. These are not good signs that's gonna get a ref to extend a fight. You guys have to understand the fight game. Why would a ref? It's like Amir Khan when he was getting hurt, Danny Garcia in the 4th round, right? He was still up, but clearly Kenny Bayless didn't like what he's seen with the eyes. Same thing with Peter Quillen versus Danny Jacobs. This ref is like feet or inches or whatever away from him, and you're not even making eye contact. And that was at least the second time after a knockdown where Luis Ortiz wasn't even making eye contact. And I be peeping, like I'll be on my boxing shit, man. Luis Ortiz on maybe the second or third knockdown, maybe I think it was the second one. Go watch that again. Luis Ortiz got knocked down, kind of like Ward versus Kovalev, and the motherfucker just spit on the canvas. He just spit like that. Damn, I just really spit on my shit. Hold on. Y'all, I'm giving examples and shit. Y'all really have me spitting on my shit. Anyway, the motherfucker just dribbled and shit like that. You don't think the ref seen that? That motherfucker just spit on the ground. Cut through it like he's chewing tobacco or whatever. It just like dribbled out his... That's not... She said that was funny. I'm just saying, I watch boxing like that. Like I peep the scene. Like what's happening with you? Like that's not a good sign. These are all not good signs. You can't tell me a dude is on all fours, paws, dribbling and spitting on the canvas, and he's not in danger. And again, you're in there with the dude that has vibranium in his right hand, and he swings wild. And listen, Wilder is always gonna, if he's knocking you down, listen, if he's knocking you down to the point where you're on all fours, or your arms, I'm gonna show y'all another, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all another picture. Your arms are, look, this is a dope shot. Wow. Shout out to my dude Les. That man is like underneath Ortiz's belly and shit. Hey, these photographers ain't got no chill. They be trying to get them money shots at all costs. Look, just look at the body language. Look. People talking about, oh, who is he looking at? Who? Who that, like Wilder was on this side. Who's he looking at? He's looking at his team or something. That's what I'm saying. Like he's a big ass, he's big. He's a big dude. Like 250, 260 pound, maybe after rehydration. And he's not even looking at where the action is. People talk, oh, it was premature. How the fuck is any of this premature that I'm showing you? Look how he's falling over. That's what I'm saying. People go through these crazy lengths really to hate, just so I don't have to get, look, this shit look like he's getting beheaded or some shit. What kind, like he in one of them, the medieval contraptions. Why is his arms like this? You know what I'm saying? Like this really look like he's about to get beheaded, or like a cow stable or some fencing. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is his arms in here? And Wilder like, like, come on, man. Y'all, oh yeah, and look at the ref even yelling, God damn. You know what I mean? Y'all talking about, oh, it's a premature stop. Why is his arms like that? Here, I'm gonna read my quote. I put a meme up. I said, fuck what y'all talking about. I need to know what's in them Wilder punches that has guys contorted and entangled in them ropes. Damn near everyone he fights gets caught in them ropes and becomes one with the ropes. It's like a spider web. LOL. This motherfucker Deontay Wilder is Eddie Brock / Venom, the Black Widow or some shit. LOL. He stole vibranium from Wakanda like Dr. Claw and put it in his right hand. I can't think of anyone else active that be having people tangled up in them ropes like this constantly. Like when he knocked down Bermain Stavern in the rematch, Stavern had his dreads wrapped in a ponytail, and his ponytail was tangled in them ropes. See, I be paying attention to his dread ponytail got stuck in the ropes, and it was resting on the ropes like Hulk Hogan waiting to recover from Andre the Giant's attack. And I said, what the fuck, Bronze Bomber? I said, what's up with them ropes, bruh? I need answers. Alabama must be the planet of Krypton. LOL. Look, everybody is in the, look at Wilder and look at Eric Molina. He in them ropes. Look at his arm twisted all up in them ropes. I mean, look. He in them ropes. His head is, look. Stavern's head is on the ropes. And on one of the knockdowns, his dread was like caught in between these ropes. Look, Malik Scott, he was in them ropes, and they friends. He did this to a friend. Look, his arm, look, arm in the ropes. What's up with these spider? Look, Gerald Washington, my dude, 707, he in them ropes. Luis Ortiz definitely was in them ropes. Look, how did your arms even get in them ropes like that? I don't understand. Like, he's clearly hitting you with, look, he clearly hitting you with some type of, if he's making people, putting people in the spider web, that's what I'm gonna call it, then he's clearly doing something. He's clearly hitting you with some type of force. You're just falling any type of way. You know what I mean? Because these dudes, here's another shot. Look, his arm, how did your arms get like tangled in the rope? Like you just fell back kind of crazy. Ego, how do I know it's safe to do a super chat donation? I mean, it's YouTube. Usually big corporations and stuff, you don't really have to worry about it. Like it'll be connected. I don't know exactly, but it might be connected to like a Google wallet. But I ain't heard no problems. But I mean, you can always dispute it if I don't know. I ain't heard no one had no problems. So I don't think if you donate to a channel you'll have really any problems. YouTube's owned by Google. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're just giving your credit card information or whoever to like a stranger or a small company. You know what I mean? So there will be ways to, if something happens. Shout out to Derek. He's vouching. He said, I never had a problem. Yeah, as long as you put the right amount in and, you know what I mean, the money clears, like, I don't think you'll have no issue. How Omar Figueroa pull out and might get work from Spence. BS move on AB. Well, hold on, check this out. I'm glad you brought that up so we could talk about it. All right, I did this parody on Broner's voice, right? We got 10,000 views, and I was talking about how basically how he pulled out. I did a video about this too, but in case you missed it. And look, just so you guys can see it. Look, Errol Spence. He says, I got him. I got him. That's it. So in this, I'm talking about how Broner needs a new opponent and Omar Figueroa is no longer the opponent. Click on here. Verify page of Errol Spence. So you guys see everything's legit. So he wrote it. Shout out to my dude from Texas, Errol Spence. And he said, I got him. So, I mean, to me, that's like, just so you, I like to cover my tracks. Again, this is not official. I didn't hear from like no crazy sort. I'm just going off of what he put. This is Adrian Broner's page. And this was just the other day because Errol Spence Jr. just had a birthday. Happy birthday to my brother, Errol Spence. Wish you nothing but the best, bro, right? This was from 1 day ago. Look, Broner's verified page. So, even though he said I got him and he didn't explain who him is, I'm pretty sure it's not Broner. Because, you know, I mean, him and Broner are boys. They've sparred in the past. I don't think they're gonna fight. I've never once heard Errol Spence call for that fight, like he called out Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Jeff Horn. I never heard him call out Floyd or Broner. So I'm just gonna assume he's not talking about Broner. And like I said, Broner a day ago was saying, hey, happy birthday to my brother. So if he knew behind the scenes he was fighting Errol Spence Jr., I don't know, would he put that? I mean, it's happened. Deontay Wilder fought Malik Scott, and that fight looked kind of weird, like the outcome of it. But a lot lost. And especially since he said he was probably going to fight at 140. So I have to assume that he's talking about Omar Figueroa when he says, I got him. You know what I mean? Because nothing adds up with him fighting Broner. And that's the only two people I was talking about in that particular post was Broner and Omar Figueroa. And then once Errol Spence put that, the wheels started turning. I'm like, actually, that makes sense. If you're trying to fight, if Broner was gonna fight, just listen to me. I'm gonna tell my theory, and if you guys have questions, shout out to Sterling Patterson, $2 super chat, Shmoney Gang. If y'all have questions, then I'll be able to answer them right here on the spot. But just listen to my theory. I just explained why I don't think Errol Spence is gonna fight Broner. It just doesn't make sense. Like I said, Broner coming off a loss, them being buddies. But this is why Omar Figueroa, he was going to fight Adrian Broner on April 21st. One, Figueroa is the type of person, he just had a legal issue. He has to go to court in March. He's had trouble making weight. So if he could fight somebody in June, I'm sure he probably would prefer that, especially a guy who has to go to court in March for a DUI, and then a guy who had trouble making weight, because if you look at the DUI report from January, he's listed at 170 something pounds or 170 pounds. So he definitely has, if that's true from the police report from his DUI arrest, he certainly has weight to lose to make Broner at 140. You know what I mean? That's 30 fucking pounds. So he might want more time to prepare. And let's say his rib injury is true, then that's another reason why you wouldn't be ready for April, but being pushed back to June to fight Errol Spence Jr., you can make that. Other thing is, they're both from Texas. So that actually makes the fight bigger. And the only thing standing in the way of like a fight like Errol Spence Jr. and Omar Figueroa would be his mandatory Carlos Ocampo. But Campo, I understand if the fight goes down, if that is the opponent. But at the end of the day, it works out better if Omar Figueroa gets it. They're both Mexican American opponents, have that like a come forward style from what I've seen. But the bigger fight would be two guys from Texas, and Omar Figueroa has a better name. And to me, I wouldn't be surprised if Ocampo doesn't want to exercise his mandatory rights because Konstantin Ponomarev didn't twice. You know what I mean? Konstantin Ponomarev wanted no smoke with Errol Spence Jr. And there's nothing that I've seen on Ocampo's record that really has him prepared for Errol Spence Jr. So he might want to prolong it. You know what I mean? Or maybe there's a step aside deal or something where if I fight Omar Figueroa, the winner has to fight me, which is a deal that Kubrat Pulev stepped aside for Joshua Klitschko to be made, right? He was the mandatory. Luis Ortiz was the mandatory. They stepped aside. Cotto and Canelo fought in a big fight, and Golovkin stepped aside, right? Bermane Stavern was supposed to fight Dominic Brazil in a step aside, and Wilder was going to fight Luis Ortiz back in November. So that step aside shit, that seems like something they could work out, especially if there's like a pact to fight Ocampo next. And this is the last thing. If Errol Spence fights 3 times this year, let's say he fights in December against Ocampo, then that's 3 fights this year, and it's also satisfying his mandatory, and it's not like any other welterweight is trying to fight him this year. So it kind of makes sense. Omar Figueroa said he would fight Errol Spence Jr. So this rib injury might have been parlayed into another situation. That's just my theory. You know what I mean? Based on that cryptic comment from Errol Spence Jr. And like I said, Errol Spence knows he can't get Keith Thurman this year because Keith Thurman said, not going to happen, baby. 2018, it's not going to happen. Danny Garcia doesn't look super interested to me. Sean Porter already said, hey, I haven't been worried about Errol Spence 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. So I'm not worried about him now. So who else is Errol Spence going to fight? Yeah, Ego knows Joshua is an animal. He's not stupid like a lot of the Wilder fans. See, you sound like a man fan, really. You sound like a man fan just because, like, why do Wilder fans got to be stupid? You get what I'm saying? Like nobody, see, that's what I'm saying. No one's out here playing these games. Like, no one's like, oh, you stupid little Joshua fans. I mean, some people talk like that. I know I don't. I talk respect, you know what I mean? And I talk about real boxing shit. But the fact that you have to name call, like, yeah, Ego's not stupid like a lot of Wilder fans. There's a lot of people that like Wilder fans that might even know more boxing than you or me. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just, that's some Abel Sanchez shit. You just want to generalize. If you're a Wilder fan or you're a Floyd fan, you have to be a dick sucker and all this extra shit. You know what I mean? This is what they do. Listen, I'm not disrespecting Joshua. I like Joshua. Let's see it. Joshua Wilder needs to happen, period. Let's see it. That's it. Let's see it. There's really nothing to talk about. Let's talk about the fight and breakdowns and, oh, Wilder's chicken leg getting destroyed. Let's talk about that shit when the contracts are signed. Period. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like I said, I keep noticing that the fans always are always 10 times louder than the fighters in their camps. Like back in the day, Terrence Crawford said, I'll fight Pacquiao. It's like I was seeing people, Pacquiao fans, and they're like, oh, Crawford get his ass beat. But Michael Cox ain't saying Crawford will get his ass beat. Freddie Roach damn sure wasn't saying Crawford gets his ass beat. And Pacquiao didn't even look like he wanted to fight. I never even heard him talk about, I do want to fight Bud Crawford. Like, you don't even hear him talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these fans are way more vocal than the fighters' teams. Like, Jermell Charlo will get destroyed by Triple G. Abel Sanchez ain't said shit about we'll destroy Triple G. What he has said is stuff to the effect of, why should we fight Jermell Charlo? It makes no sense. It's up to Golovkin. The WBC can't, like, mandate who we fight. He didn't say shit about, oh, put him in the ring, we'll vaporize him. You know what I mean? But this is what the fans do. I guess that's why they're called fans. Some people are fanatical fans, though. You know what I mean? so and so will get destroyed. Joshua will rip Wilder's head off and send him back to Alabama and shit down his throat. Okay, let's see the fight then. Like if it's all that, let's see it. Then and like oh Wilder showed he was exposed. He was exposed and all these vulnerabilities. Then that's even more reason to see the fight. Don't bring up Gerald Miller. Don't bring up like people Eddie Hearn throwing out David Price or Alexander Povetkin or Tyson Fury who hasn't fought in 2 years. Don't bring none of them up. If Wilder was exposed and he looked vulnerable, then it should be easier for Joshua to collect that last belt. See, I know this is what happens when the fear gets stronger than love. Listen to me. When fear gets stronger than love, like people, they can type it and say it, but they know in their hearts they don't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it'll be an easy fight. Then why don't you want to see it? Why you keep making excuses? Wilder doesn't sell. Some rabbi in New York walking by didn't know who Wilder was. He needs to fight Dillian. Why? Why all that? Why all that if Wilder was exposed by a 49-year-old and 101 Dalmatians and all these stupid things you guys are saying? Then Joshua should just stop the debate right then and there. You guys get what I'm saying? Just stop the debate, beat Wilder's ass. That's it. And listen, all the people screaming exposed, how are you exposed by somebody that real boxing fans knew would be a tough fight? And a lot of you motherfuckers were saying Wilder had no resume. So he, in essence, Wilder has never fought anyone good, and this was his first step up. So how did you get exposed by that guy? See, it's different when a Kell Brook is coming up from 2 weight classes because he didn't even prove that he was the best welterweight. There were guys like Keith Thurman, and he didn't beat Keith. Kell Brook didn't beat Errol Spence, didn't beat Pacquiao, didn't beat Floyd, didn't beat Keith Thurman. So we don't even know if he was the best welterweight, let alone if he can beat the best middleweight at the time, Triple G. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even know if he could beat the best 154-pounder. See, that's totally different when Kell Brook has success. When Kell Brook has success versus Triple G, because at the end of the day, a lot of people thought he was going to get bombed out just immediately based on size and stuff and who Golovkin was supposed to be. But according to y'all, Wilder's a cherry picker, shit-ass resume with no significant names. So why are you surprised that the fight was tough? Ego, are you saying that Wilder's resume was good before yesterday? It wasn't as bad as people like you probably would like to believe. I don't believe that. And I will tell you this, and we'll do a hot seat right now. With Wilder going through a tough fight and Luis Ortiz looking as sharp as he did, his resume is now on par with Anthony Joshua's. For sure. The only big difference is Joshua has done it in less fights. You know what I mean? Because they had different journeys. But I don't really care about stuff because people like Canelo got as many fights as Floyd. That's just because he didn't have an Olympic background and amateur background like Floyd. But if you look at Joshua's current resume as of right now, and you look at Wilder's current resume as of right now, they're very comparable. Lonzo Ball, step up in the hot seat. Wilder's been a pro for 10 years. Okay, Canelo's been a pro since he was 15 and he didn't fight nobody in prime until Austin Trout. Who cares? If you look at his current resume, he has names. He's been in there with Floyd, been in there with undefeated Austin Trout. He's been in there with Mosley, been in there with Triple G now, been in there with Edelandi Lara. So what are you talking about? Canelo, somebody do the math real quick. Canelo was 15 when he turned pro, and he's now 27. So how many years ago was that? Somebody do the math. Was that 12 years? See, that's what I'm saying. 12 years. So Canelo's been a pro 12 years. But his resume is good now. So, you know what I mean? All right, you in the hot seat. You playing games. Okay. Y'all gonna see a body. Listen, this is what happens when they know they can't fuck with you. Lonzo Ball, again, another man named after another man. He says, dude, you get hella, I could tell you're a square. Dude, you get hella emotional for no reason. I didn't even say anything emotional. I just brought up Canelo. But it's cool. Let me just add to my body count. So, once again, dude, you get so hella emotional. It's like you're on your rag, dude. Anyway, um, does Anthony Joshua have a stellar, much better resume in terms of names and accomplishments, not quantity of fights or nothing like that? Is Joshua's resume shitting on Wilder's as of right now? Ego right now like 50-0 on his Floyd shit. They make it easy for me. Is Anthony Joshua's resume shitting on Wilder's current resume? That's my question to you. Let Lonzo Ball answer. He's the one in the hot seat. He's the one that wanted this. He wanted this work, so be careful what you ask for. Now I gotta spank you. I'm your pappy. Is Joshua's resume shitting on Wilder's resume after last night's fight with Luis Ortiz? Make sure y'all smash the like button if you want to see a dead body. Lonzo gonna get dunked. Hashtag no ball. Why is it C? They always want it. Oh, dude, you're hella emotional. Dude, where's my car? And then, like, dude, you're hella emotional. Well, you're hiding. Where are you at? Shout out to Derek. He noticed the patterns. Hot seat cats take forever. Okay. Yes, it is. Wilder fought bums for 8 years. Once again, why won't you answer my question? I don't care about the bums. Just answer a simple question. See, this is what they always have to add extra. Is Anthony Joshua's resume shitting on Deontay Wilder? Don't put the extra shit because I don't know where you're going with this. All you have to do is say, yes, Anthony Joshua's resume is killing Wilder's. So if you think Anthony Joshua's resume, that's what I'm asking you. And don't put a bunch, like I said, don't put the extra shit because I can't tell. You said yes it is, but you put it. Okay, so now let's play a game. You remember, have y'all seen the Saw movie? I want to play a game. I'm about to jigsaw your ass, boy. Okay, so Joshua's resume, because you're just focusing on the number. You're focusing, I want to play a game. You've spent your life in the comment section. Now, the comment has been flipped on you. All right, I'm about to jigsaw this, man. You keep focusing on pure number, but this is not what this is about. This is about the talent, the names on the resume, right? Joshua beat an all-time great. Okay, who? Klitschko or Dominic Brazil? Who you talk about? Be specific, because man, I need to catch a body specific. You gotta be specific. Who's the all-time great? So I know who you're talking about. Okay, Klitschko. So I'm gonna ask you, bro. You know what? This is so like I'm like a drunken master. You know them old cats like the senseis and shit in the movies, in the martial arts movies. Excuse me. And they've mastered their craft so much. They've mastered the art of fighting and martial arts so much. They can tell you what they're gonna do, and they can still beat you with what they just told you. Like, first, I will hit you with Tiger Crane style. Then I will hit you with the uppercut. Then I will kick the life out of you. Kick your atoms out. You know what I mean? And they're telling you everything they're going to do, and then they still do it. Right? I'm about to do that to you. I'm going to give you the choice to buy, like, basically how you're going to body yourself. Drunken monkey style. I'm really about to set you up for this. Okay, you said Anthony Joshua, you know you done fucked up. You said he beat an all-time great in Vladimir Klitschko. So, is his win, all things considered, is that way more triumphant beating Klitschko under all the circumstances Joshua beat him much better than beating Luis Ortiz last night? Here, see, this is what they do. Don't have cyber. You see, you're in the hot seat with me. You're not in the hot seat with Joe Blow. You're trying to get distracted. You want to get distracted because you know you're about to get this work. Now, and then now you have an excuse to evade and avoid my question and not respond to me because you're having all these sidebar questions. I never said whatever you just said. I'm gonna ask you again. All things considered, timing, everything, where the fighters were, Joshua beating Klitschko, right? And I'm gonna tell you, because I know you're gonna say something stupid. I'm about to, just like the Shaolin drunken master, I'm gonna body you with your answer if you're lying. Joshua beating Klitschko versus Wilder, all things considered, Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. What is like the better win, and why do you rank that win better? That's all you have to answer. And like I said, all things considered. Consider the timing, consider what had happened, right? And I'm gonna body you with, like I said, drunken monkey, Shaolin master style. I'm gonna body you with your own response, unless you decide to actually tell the truth. And so we wait. Smash the like button while we wait on this bum. Where are you at, Lonzo Ball? I'm trying to ball. You're supposed to be going to the rack and dunking on me and embarrassing me and crossing me up and breaking my ankles. Joshua beating Vladimir was way better. Who has Ortiz beat? Jennings? Okay. I expected this from you. Why was it way better, in your opinion? See, and please don't ask me questions or anything. I'm just getting a feel for your answers right now, and then I can answer questions if you make it out of here. Why was it way better? Like, explain why it was way better. And I keep in mind, I said all things considered. So if we're talking about valuing wins, why was it way better? I told you I'm going to tell you what I'm going to beat you with. Shaolin Master style. I told you I was going to, because I knew you were going to do this, because I know what type of fan you are. See, now this is the part where they start treading lightly. See, I've already figured this game out. You know what I mean? It's like the five deadly venoms. You know what I'm saying? Now they start, because they're trying to wonder where I'm going with this. So they're trying to, like, you're walking on eggshells. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. And because I've already admitted and told you. It's better because Vladimir is an all-time great who clearly had a lot left in the tank. Ortiz has no resume. But we're talking about the quality of the fighter, because Dimitri Bivol, in the grand scheme of things, Sullivan Barrera, see, I told you how I was going to destroy you. Who has a better resume, Dimitri Bivol or Sullivan Barrera? Because Sullivan Barrera clearly has a better resume, but in terms of skill, Bivol just knocked Sullivan Barrera the hell out last night. But Sullivan Barrera had been in there with Andre Ward. Sullivan Barrera fought Joe Smith Jr., broke his jaw, and an undefeated Shabransky. Bivol fought nobody. And Sullivan Barrera is not like he was some super old dude and been knocked out before. So we're talking about the quality of the win, the skill of the fighter. It's not just purely about resumes, because the fight, how am I using recent example? Dimitri Bivol just fought yesterday, and his resume ain't shit compared to Sullivan Barrera, yet he dogged Sullivan Barrera, beat him every round, and knocked him out. You gotta do something, baby. So you're just talking solely about resume. Oh, but Klitschko is a Hall of Famer. He has an all-time resume. Okay, well, Sullivan Barrera fought Andre Ward, who's a Hall of Famer. And he fought Joe Smith Jr. And he fought, they both have a mutual opponent, that Felix Vera dude. And he fought, who did he fight? Shabransky. And that dude Bernard Hopkins, Murad, or whatever his name is, that B-Hop fought. So see, the fans are already saying you're done. See, because again, I told you I was going to beat you, because y'all focus on the the details that you want to focus on. You know what I mean? You're not looking at the full scheme. So anyway, you haven't explained the comparison because we're talking resumes. How I just talked about how Bevel's resume ain't shit compared to Sullivan Barrera, who's a good fighter, mind you, yet he just got dogged and knocked out by a guy with a lesser resume. Because obviously Dimitri Bivol is talking about something, he has some skill. So you haven't rebutted that part. Strike one. Right? Unless you have a rebuttal that makes sense. Because you say, oh, but Klitschko's resume, he has a good resume. I'm saying Klitschko is better than Ortiz based on his performance against Joshua. Ortiz just had a great performance against Wilder. What are you talking about? See, this is now you're just rambling. Now you don't. I told you how I was gonna beat you, and I'm beating you in the same style with your answer that I told you, Shaolin Master style. And now your response is, I'm saying Klitschko is better than Ortiz based on his performance against Joshua. How is his performance better than Luis Ortiz when he got hurt first and he ended up getting knocked out? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? How's his performance way better? How is his performance not way better? All right, Arnie's in the hot seat next. Everybody remember Arnie Egg. Klitschko had a great performance against Joshua too, but nobody said Klitschko didn't have a great performance. What are you guys talking about? Klitschko did good, but he got stopped just like Luis Ortiz. So what are y'all talking about? What are you talking about? Klitschko wasn't outboxing. Klitschko was not outboxing Joshua for 4 rounds straight. You know what I'm saying? It was a competitive fight. Then Klitschko got hurt first, and then the very next round, Klitschko knocked down Joshua. Then he outboxed him a couple rounds. So, see, this is what let's focus this in because I see what they try to do. You guys are trying to make it like I'm saying Klitschko's performance was shit or Klitschko's shit. That's not even the argument. Let me just body you, like, because you were trying to die that slow casket death. Let's just get to some of the real major points. Luis Ortiz, was he undefeated? Yes or no? Let's make this quick because we got to get you out of here. Let's make this quick. Was Luis Ortiz undefeated? Yes or no? Arnie Egg, you'll get body next. Just chill. I promise you. I'll come back for you. Listen. Okay, since you're taking forever, the fans will answer. Fans, was Luis Ortiz undefeated? Yes or no? It's not a coincidence that you, Deontay Williams, and 78 Sports all ride Wilder's jock. Once again, see, this is how you know they're getting bodied. This don't have nothing to do with 78 or Deontay. This has something to do with me and you in the hot seat. You know what I mean? You bringing up motherfuckers who are asleep right now. You know what I mean? They probably bodied you in another video, and now you're bringing up people who are asleep. This is the vampire stream. This don't have nothing to do with anybody else. You know what I mean? This is, man, you and Wilder both like Sour Patch Kids. What the fuck has that got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? This is how you know when people are getting bodied. Anyway, fans, let's make this quick. Luis Ortiz, was he undefeated? Yes or no? Was Luis Ortiz undefeated? Yes or no? That's all I need, because he's taking forever to answer, so I need the fans to answer. Of course he was. Okay. Vladimir Klitschko, was he undefeated? Yes or no? Vladimir Klitschko, was he undefeated? Yes or no? Okay. Luis Ortiz, how many times had he been stopped prior to Wilder? How many times had he been stopped? None? Perfect. How many times had Klitschko been stopped? See, now we about to really open this boy up, man. Y'all really trying to fuck around with the fuck around. How many times had Klitschko been stopped? Klitschko had more fights, 5 losses, 4 of them were by knockout. So 1 was before the Joshua fight. So leading up to the fight, he had 3 knockouts. He had been stopped 3 times. He had 4 leading up to the Joshua fight. He had 4 losses, 3 of them by knockout. Tyson Fury won a vast majority of rounds, probably 10 rounds. He fought November 2015, and he fought Joshua in April of 2017. So a year and a half. A year and a half, we'll say. We'll round down from 2 years. We'll say a year and a half. So you had a year and a half layoff, and you were coming off a performance where you looked horrible, and you lost all of your belts. So not taking away from the legend that is Klitschko, but these are facts. Tyson Fury outboxed the fuck out of you, right? He outboxed the fuck out of you, and you put on a pathetic performance until the last couple of rounds. Luis Ortiz, you want to bring up resume. It's because guys like Luis Ortiz, it's not because they're not good or not skilled. Motherfuckers don't want to fight them. Just like Rigondeaux, because they present all the puzzle, they present the capability of beating your ass, but they're not going to be these crazy Canelo paydays and he's not a title holder, so you're going to get a title. So that's why his resume probably isn't. You got to look at it. Joshua, his mandatory was Luis Ortiz. So while your dumbass is trying to embarrass Luis Ortiz, oh, his resume was shit. Well, why was he ranked to be Anthony Joshua's mandatory? See, and Arnie Egg is someone that I'm coming back for in the hot seat, and he says Joshua dead ass ducked Ortiz. So with somebody who is disagreeing with everything else I said, and I'm putting in the hot seat after this, so he was co-signing you, now he jumped ship on you. So once again, you keep, oh, Ortiz's resume was fucking terrible. Joshua didn't fight him. They were both on Matchroom at one point. But if you don't get those fights, like Rigondeaux didn't get Abner Mares or Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, and we know why he didn't get him. You're playing games. You're playing game. It doesn't matter if you're jumping ship or not. You just admitted my point. You said Luis Ortiz you said Joshua ducked Luis Ortiz. So again, if we want to talk about, oh, Ortiz's resume, it's because people like you didn't push for Joshua to fight his mandatory and accepted the other fight, Eric Molina, after Wilder knocked him out. Gerald Miller fighting Johan Duhaupas after Wilder knocked. You guys accept fights like that from the promoter. You know what I mean? So that's why Luis Ortiz's resume is probably not up there with Klitschko. Klitschko and his brothers have built their brand. They've been in the game for a while, and that's it. So anyway, where's this dude at? I haven't even seen a comment from Lonzo Ball because he knows he's getting bodied. So who has more? My question to you is this. Who has more momentum going into their fight? Luis Ortiz being undefeated, never being knocked out in a pro fight, right? Or Klitschko coming off of an embarrassing loss to Tyson Fury where he lost probably 10 rounds out of 12 rounds and he had a year and a half layoff. Who carried more momentum? And he lost all of his belts to Tyson Fury. The fans are telling you the answer. Ortiz. Who's saying Klitschko had? And Klitschko on paper is older, and that's what we have to go off unless you have Luis Ortiz's birth certificate, which none of you motherfuckers do. So on paper, Klitschko was 41, coming off of a loss, an embarrassing loss, where he lost all of his titles, where he lost for the first time in like 9 years, right? And he's older than Luis Ortiz. And this is the other thing. Now I'm really just starting to open you up. Well, to the dumb motherfucker who just put Ortiz is 40 years old, okay, well, Klitschko was 41, so he was still older, even if Ortiz was 40. But here's the other difference. I'm going to ask the fans, because I know this dude is not even responding anymore because he knows he's getting bodied. Who was going for the kill when they had their man hurt? Who looked like they were actually going after it, right? Who looked like, when I hurt you, I'm trying to smoke you out of here. I want you gone. I want your belt. Klitschko, when he hurt Joshua in the 5th round, or Luis Ortiz when he hurt Wilder in the 7th round. And from that point on, I'm talking about. Who really went after it? Killer instinct, I guess we could say. Who showed killer instinct to get their man out of there? Because if you listen there, and I made this similarity or this comparison, I made this on Twitter immediately after the fight or while they're announcing the winner or whatever. Joshua Klitschko was eerily similar to Wilder Ortiz. It was a big step up. It was a fight where the guy that got hurt first, the challenger that got hurt first, he survived and then came back to hurt the champion and then end up getting knocked out. So there are a lot of similarities. You know what I mean? There's a lot of similarities in Joshua Klitschko, Wilder Ortiz. But when we're talking about killer instinct, who showed, and you've seen all the fans said Ortiz. Ortiz showed much more of a killer instinct, even when he was hurt. Even the round 5 when he got hurt by Wilder. Round 10 when it ended. He was still throwing some vicious counters, hurt. Klitschko was like boxing him. He couldn't pull the trigger. And maybe some of that was from losing to Tyson Fury or his age, I don't know. But it was very apparent that Luis Ortiz was really trying to get his man out of there. Wilder looked like he was wilted, body language looked poor, just like Joshua. Klitschko allowed... Someone said, what's the point? Are you guys that thick where you don't understand? The point is, people are trying to compare this fight and what was more impressive. The point is very simple. You had one guy who, once he hurt his man, was trying to annihilate him. And then you had Klitschko versus Joshua. Bro, shooters, help me in the comment section because I can only deal with one person at a time. Cyree is saying, no, you just make no sense. What doesn't make sense? See, I can't see. Hold on. Let me get this first dude out of here. All right. Hold on. Cyree and then this other dude. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, y'all trying to gang up and multiple. We can't do the hot seat like this. So slow down. Let me just body this man. If the first dude got his L, let's send him on his way so I can get down to these other motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck how you say your name. I don't care about you. I don't know you. I don't care about your name because you're not going to even be in this community much longer anyway. So I don't care about how the correct enunciation of your name. Okay, Lonzo Ball, shooters, get him out of here. And then Arnie Egg, I told you were next. So what do you disagree with, Arnie Egg? Shooters, get Lonzo Ball out of here. Find him, get him out of here because what's happening right now is everybody disagrees and they're disagreeing at once. I can only do one hot seat at a time. And I don't want these dudes to escape because the more people that comment, then some people we're not gonna be able to find their names. Get Lonzo Ball out of here. We got to get him out of here. Fans voted. He's done. His argument failed. Shooters, engage. Get him out of here so we can move on to Arnie Egg. We're gonna crack his egg right now, live in the hot seat. And then it's Cyree or whatever your name is. You can get it next too. So you banning, see, look, this is what they do. So you banning people because they have a different opinion, laughing my ass off. You going to be laughing your ass off when you get bodied. Listen, we do gladiator style shit. You shouldn't have opened your mouth. Period. Listen, it's not that you have a difference of opinion. Lonzo's gone, cool. It's not that you have a difference of opinion. If you get your card pulled and you get challenged and you can't defend what you're saying, I'm about to super kick your glasses off. I know you a clown because you just saying stupid shit. All right, Arnie Egg, where you at? Let me get these dudes out of here real quick. Like, what do you, Arnie Egg, please make it quick. What do you disagree with? Only thing I disagree with is when you were talking like Klitschko didn't show skill in the AJ fight. All right, this is not a hot seat because I didn't say he didn't show skill. See, this is what the dudes do. I never said anything bad about Klitschko. I didn't say he's not a Hall of Famer. I never said he doesn't have skill. So you're putting words in my mouth. I never, tell me, or anyone who's watching the replay, once this replays, tell me any point or any conversation where I said that Klitschko sucks or he's ass or he's a bum. I don't talk like that. You know what I mean? I never said nothing bad about Klitschko. So shooters, Arnie made something up. Just put him on timeout. You don't have to actually block him. And then I'm going to get to the third super chat. He's lying. He's talking about some shit I never even said, right? You were comparing skill. I'm comparing everything. But I never said Klitschko lacks skill. So listen, this is how elementary some of you guys think. So if I'm comparing Canelo Alvarez his skill to Golovkin's skill, and I say Canelo has more skill or he has a certain style, that doesn't mean that Triple G is a bum, sucks, has no skill. That's not what I'm saying. Like if you like McDonald's burgers, that's not saying automatically that Burger King's burgers are trash. Like this is elementary stuff. This is elementary stuff. You can like McDonald's and you can like Burger King, but if you're comparing the two and you're like, oh, McDonald's fries, they taste better than me. It doesn't mean you won't eat Burger King fries. It just means what you like more or what you notice, what stands out to you. So you can't put words in my mouth. And last but not least, hold on, we got some super chats, and then I'm gonna get to this. I promise you, I'll catch three bodies. Oli Gray for $5 super chat. Does a lack of talent in the heavyweight division affect the perception of greatness or lack thereof? Yes. And actually, after Lennox Lewis retired, there were really no one better than the Klitschko's. David Price, David Hay, Tony Thompson. I mean, none of those guys clearly. Marish Weck, Robert Helena. I mean, none of those guys were looking like Josh was looking or Deontay Wilder. So yeah, there's a clear separation. Roberto Martinez, $5 super chat. Joshua will not fight Wilder. Question is, will he fight King Kong now? I say no way. If anything, he's a bigger duck now. I mean, he didn't fight him when King Kong was the mandatory. Now that King Kong got knocked out by Wilder, the boogeyman got knocked out by Wilder, and now that he's dropped from the WBA rankings, then no, I definitely don't see him fighting it because it would be high risk, low reward. What's the point? King Kong showed you he can give you a tough ass fight and has skill, but now he's not even ranked. You know what I mean? Not even about to hold you. Wilder was fighting like KSI during his fight against Ortiz. See, people like you ultimately you show your face already. You playing games and stuff. I thought I had a real hot seat. Oh, Wilder's fighting like a YouTuber. Like he'll knock you out. So like you're playing games. I thought you had a real like something you were trying to debate. If it's just clown shit, then we'll just get you out of here real quick. Like. So what do you disagree with? That's my question to you. Don't talk about YouTubers fight. I don't care about none of that. I didn't even watch that fight. I'm talking about Klitschko, Joshua, Luis Ortiz, and Deontay Wilder. So what did you disagree with? Shooters, be on the lookout because, like I said, people just putting crazy stuff in the comment section. Someone's complaining about LeBron James. Just check these people's comments and make sure people are on the up and up. Okay, Sire says he was just fighting like he knew he was going to win. All right, you have one more chance. Tell me what you disagree with because you were talking shit earlier and you said you had something you disagree with. I don't care how he was fighting. I care about the hot seat. Tell me what you disagree with that I said. What point did I make that you disagree with? He was fighting like we're not talking about. Wilder likes Denny's better than I. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about what do you disagree with that I said, which is why you're in the hot seat. Smash the like button. Shout out to Lewis Hinton, $2 super chat. What do you disagree with? Why are you wearing a beanie with shades in the crib? Fans, do we want to waste any more time with this dude? Do we want to waste any more time, or does he get the L? He's asking me why I'm wearing shades and a beanie in the crib. Yeah, shit's crazy. See, there's only like I said, there's only so much time you can waste before you show your face and then people see you don't have an argument. Shooters, get rid of Sire 2.0. Why are you wearing a beanie? I'm about to knee your beard off. All right. You got me. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. Who won the battle? You guys tell me. I'm asking about Joshua Klitschko and Wilder, and he said he had all these disagreements, but now I'll knee your beard off. Like I said, PlayStation 4 controllers, L1 and L2. I'll knee your beard off. Okay. I'm a vlogger. I'm really not hard to find. I'll be at the spots and posting where I'm at and checking in. So Okay. Hey, shooters, did you get this Sire dude out of here? Please get him out of here. I don't know shit about boxing. We know. You didn't have to tell us that. You really didn't have to tell us that. We knew that. Here, I'll do it because he's being allowed to hold on too long. All right, so he's done. So that's how you catch three bodies back to back to back. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And oh, you block people for disagreeing. You're not even disagreeing. You're talking about I'll knee your beard off. Why are you wearing a beanie and glasses? Really? This shit is too easy, man. Told you I'm the Shaolin master. You can't even reach. I'm taller than you. You can't even reach my beard with your knee, unless you want some Tony Jaw, the protector shit. That's what I'm saying. A bunch of buffoonery. So that's how you catch a body back to back to back. I'm not worried about none of these dudes. Like I said, the fans seem more bold than these trainers and fight camps and stuff. Y'all are still talking about Wilder fighting Dillian White. But listen, why would you even prefer that over Wilder Joshua? Like, somebody answer that. As a boxing fan, fuck Wilder Joshua. The real money fight is Wilder versus Dillian White. Really? So you rather see Joshua not unify and become undisputed by beating the last remaining link? You'd rather see him fight it. You'd rather see Wilder fight a guy that Joshua knocked out with no belt. This is what I'm saying. This is what's wrong with boxing. But we're gonna clean it up. It's cool. These casuals don't know nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's apparent. Oh, these vampire streams are so fun because we get to see. And I didn't realize how many weirdos. I guess weirdos probably come out more at night. Oh, let's talk about this before I get off here. Let's talk about Charlo Jacobs. First of all, I'm gonna say respect to both brothers, really, because Charlo seems hungry and he seems like he's really about that. You know what I mean? Like he really wants to. He's hungry to prove himself. You know, I don't know what it is in Texas, but them Texas boys, they seem hungry, ambitious. So I give him props because I'm gonna get to a Jacobs part. Trust me, Jacobs is my man though. Like on a personal, like I fuck with Jacobs. Fuck with him. He gave me like a huge alley-oop, saying, man, he just did a drop for the channel. I didn't even expect it or ask it. But anyway, so Charlo, I give him props because he went to the Wilder Ortiz fight, Jacobs' backyard, and he says he's doing an interview with, you know, I mean, whatever channel, I don't remember. And he said, I'm at the Barclays. What's up? What's up? This is your backyard. What's up? But I give Daniel Jacobs props because he went to the fight. So I mean, clearly he's not scared, because if you know they at the fight and they say, hey, I'm gonna be at the Barclays this whole fight week, and you come to the fight, then you're ready for whatever happens. And then when they're in that hallway going towards like the elevator, because I know the Barclays from covering fights out there, he's seen Charlo in the hallway, and he's like, this is the perfect time. I came at the perfect time. Just the man I'm looking for. So Jacobs, I knew this. Jacobs is from Brownsville. He really ain't like worried about that wreck. And like, trust me, if you be around fighters and be around certain stuff. See, this is what I fuck with Jacobs and fighters like Jacobs, Ward, Floyd Mayweather is like. Nah, I can't even say. Let me say Ward. I don't even want to throw Floyd in there because sometimes he'd be acting like, you know what I mean, acting the bravado. See, the crazy thing is, this is what I talk about when I say fighters have dog in them. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Daniel Jacobs, and whoever I just said, Andre Ward, they got dog in them. And what that means, if you don't understand the vernacular, you don't understand the verbiage, is they got dog in them. Like, they can be professional, they can be business oriented, they can be about their money, they can, like, you look at Daniel Jacobs, he can be in between a fight talking to the Showtime people on the table, and is eloquent. He could be in a blazer, but he don't forget his upbringing, he don't forget where he's from, and he could turn it on just like that. That's how I feel as a person. Like, I don't go around walking around like no tough guy or whatever, but like, I got to switch, you know what I mean? And certain things would trigger that temper, you know what I mean? And that switch where if it ever gets taken there, then you act a different way. Like, you, that's how Daniel Jacobs is to me. You know what I mean? Like, he could be in a nice suit and tie, but then if somebody come with the fuck shit or something, you know what I mean? He's gonna see, trying to see what's up, you know what I mean? So I give props to Charlo and Jacobs for that. Good entertainment, and it at the end of the day, like, it showed, to me, it showed Daniel Jacobs, he ready too. Like, just as hungry as the Charlo is, Jacobs looked ready, because he's like, okay, just the man I wanted to see. And like I said, if you was scared, you wouldn't have pulled up. You know what I mean? Man, listen, this is just a little sidebar. There's just so much craziness and people who are just really, like, dedicated to only the fighters they like. I posted the video with Jacobs and Charlo, that little run in the hallway, on Instagram, and somebody was like, they try to correct me. They said, that's not pulling up, ego. Brush up on your hood etiquette. How is that not pulling up? I know my hood etiquette, which sounds stupid. Brush up on your hood etiquette. How is that not pulling up if the Charlo said, I'm in your backyard, I'm at the Barclays, what's up? Pull up. And then Jacob sees you and pulls up. Like, he came to the Barclays for the fight, of course, but then when he sees you, he sees what you're talking about. How is that not pulling up? You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys are weird because you're so dedicated to a fighter, you don't want to give another guy credit or something. But yeah, some dude was trying to argue. He's like, that's not pulling up because Charlo was stomping around in his backyard. That's, pull up is just like it sounds. That's like the definition of pulling up. He wasn't scared, came to the spot he said that you said you would be at, and then when he sees you, he walks up to you, gets within 2 feet to see what you're talking about, to see what you have to, like, I don't understand. Ego, you posted a picture on your Facebook with you and a bunch of white kids. Okay. Bro, do we have any shooters in here? Are y'all at sleeping or at work? Get this LeBron James clown out of here. It was a middle school. Bro, get off my dick. Stop. Like, why do you care what I am on? Like, don't follow me. Like, what are you talking about? You posted a pic. I don't give a fuck who is in the back of my pictures. What are you talking about? So if I'm taking a picture of me, you're worried about who's in the background. I don't give a fuck who is there. Like, what are you talking about? Hey, you posted a picture. There are some white kids in the back. Okay. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Okay. What am I supposed to have nothing but black kids in the background? I don't care I don't care if it's pigeons in the background. What are you talking about? Get this man out of here. What are you guys saying to me right now? And Ego, let's not forget, you posted a picture. There were some white kids in the background. I think you were in middle school. Okay, just listen. LeBron James said, I said it was your middle school picture. I don't give a fuck. Like, why are you talking about a middle school picture that I posted with white kids in the background? Like, what does this have to do with 2018 boxing? Like, I'm really trying, I'm struggling here. So we're talking about all current shit. Joshua should fight Wilder. Jacobs pulled up on Charlo. And you talking about, hey, you remember you posted a throwback Thursday picture? You were in middle school, which I haven't been in middle school in years, right? And then you said, there were some white kids in the background. Like, what? Are y'all on drugs? Like, real shit. Are y'all on drugs? I need to know this. Because I can't even understand. I can't even understand the logic of that. Like, man, that Charlo Jacob, that's a good fight. But Ego, you watch Chucky and Child's Play. back in 1997. What does that have to do with anything? Like I don't understand. Like I cannot like post a picture because white kids are in the back. Like what? This is my life, people. This is what I signed up for. And the thing is, some people think they're getting under my skin. This shit is funny to me. I'm not mad. I'm getting paid doing this. This is entertaining to the crowd. People putting L's and LOLs. I'm not mad. I just want to know what the relation. You think I went to school in Wakanda or some shit? Like there's supposed to be no white people in the back. I don't take pictures based on who's in the background. You want to see a bunch of fucking Crips in the background? Like, what are y'all talking about? Listen, this is y'all. I guess that's like supposed to test my gangster or some shit because the white kids were in the back of a picture I took. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all motherfuckers is really like insane, like stalkers. They got magnifying glass. Is that 4 white kids in the back? Like, what is that? I have white friends. What does white kids in the back have to do with anything from middle school? Like, this is creepy to me. Like, you care what I was doing in middle school. You get LeBron James, like some of y'all shit ain't registering upstairs or something. But why would you post a picture with, like, I'm just supposed to be with hella bloods? And like I don't understand who you wanted in the background. Like, like I said, I don't take pictures worried about who's there. What the fuck? But like I said, this is what I signed up for, apparently. I just don't understand what it had to do with Charlo or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all crazy. I don't know what they want. I guess they don't want white kids in the back. Like it came out weird because he made it sound like he proved me wrong or something. You posted a pic with white kids in the back. Okay, like what? It was from middle school. Okay, like, so you don't think I've no white people or white kids? Like, what is that? Anyway, yeah, some other dude was trying to argue about Charlo. He said Jacobs didn't pull up. How is that not pulling up when someone tells you to come and you come? Like, that sounded very weird. Let's run that back. When someone tells you to come through, when somebody tells you to pull up and you actually show up, that sounds a little bit better. When they tell you to come and you actually come, like, pause. Let me pause that because I probably dude, hey, you said you came on kids in middle. Like, what are you talking about? So let me rephrase that for a lot of you maniacs and you stalkers that follow me. If someone tells you to pull up or come through or I'm here waiting, right? And you actually show up, then how is that not pulling up? Like, I can't believe we're even arguing. Someone here, God damn it, Daniel Jacobs didn't pull up. He's seen him, he spotted him, seen him, and then went to see. He said, what are we doing? Are we gonna go back and forth on Twitter? You know what I mean? Like, what's good? What you trying to do? I understand Charlo because he's Lions only fighter, and you know what I mean? In the heat of battle, he says something. What he says won't happen. He says, you pull out of your fight, I don't even want to fight Centeno anymore. You pull out of your fight and I'll pull out of my fight. I feel you. That would be great for boxing fans. Boxing would love it because they're better fights, people would say. But it's not really realistic. Okay, HBO, as of today, excuse me, as of today, they have 2 fights. What the fuck is up with HBO, man? HBO is tripping. As of today, HBO has 2 fight cards on the books. 2. Like 1, 2. Right? Bro. Look, HBO Boxing, this is their website. HBO Boxing. Look. Upcoming fights on HBO. These motherfuckers got 2. Bro, they got 2 fights. I currently have more females that I talk to right now than this. Like I have more bitches than they have fight cards, and they make millions of dollars. They got, hey bro, hey man, HBO, you gotta do something, baby. You gotta do something, HBO nigga. Hey, y'all better get stars and watch Power or some shit. Cause Game of Thrones, hey, you gotta do something, baby. If he dies, he dies. Herb nigga hot nigga. Hey HBO, you got me feeling real bulletproof in this motherfucker. Cause motherfucking 2 fight cards is bulletproof, nigga. Oh my god. They got 2, hey bro, hey. They got 2 upcoming fights on HBO. Coming up on HBO. Y'all got 2 fights. And one of them is pay-per-view. HBO, you gotta do something, man. Oh my gosh. HBO, you gotta do something, man. They better put Jim Lampley versus Max Keller in. Hey, bro, they gotta put Jim Lampley versus Max Keller. That's the only way. They need more fight cards. They need more cards than that. So Harold Landerman, okay, Jim, let's get it. Let's get it on. You want a rumble? Okay, Jim. Chocolatito. Like, you gotta do something, baby. I need to see Jim Lampley and Harold Letterman or something on HBO. Please. And please print that. HBO, what are you doing, bro? How did Slavid come in for the 19th time? Thank you for whoever just blocked him, Christian. How's HBO got 2 fight cards, bro? They used to be the leaders of premium boxing. I don't smoke. I don't have to smoke to have a good time. Shut up. Go out there, get a job, get some money. You're not going to be able to troll me and beat me at me. You can't just heckle me. I've been hosting a show and live streams. You're not funnier than me. Your name is Evgeny, and you're, oh, what are you smoking, ego? I'm not smoking anything. So keep it up. And then you'll be on life support like HBO's 2 fight cards. Stop it. You don't want it with me, especially on the Vampire stream, because Vampire stream is like BET Uncut. You remember them videos they used to have on BET Uncut? I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got, like, they used to put all types of weird ass shit on. Tip drill. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it with me at night, especially. So please stop. Ego, what are you smoking? I'd like some of that. Shut up. It's my stream. This is my house. You're not gonna out heckle me or whatever the fuck you trying to do. This is my domain. It's like I'm LeBron. I'm Bruce Lee. Anyway, HBO got 2 fights. So anyway, back to Charlo. He said cancel your fight on cancel. That'd be an absolutely dreadful idea for HBO because they have 2 fight cards. I just showed you. How's HBO, listen, 2 fight cards that are listed. How does HBO have the same amount of fight cards as there are Olsen twins? That's like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. That's it. That's you got Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Fuck is you talking about? And you make all this money, Game of Thrones, all that. You make all this money, and you got Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. You got the Tanner family. You don't got DJ and Stephanie and Uncle Jesse and all them motherfuckers. You got 2 fight cards. And Showtime dropped this Bible scripture of fights. You know what I mean? A little scroll. Like, Showtime's killing HBO so bad with the scheduling that they can afford to have their main events get fucked up, and they still are doing better. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Broner Figueroa hurt his ribs or whatever the fuck happened. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So that card might get fucked up if Broner, you know what I mean? If Broner fights Khabib Alikverdiyev again or something, it's not gonna be as good. But even still, they're still Showtime's still killing you. And see, this is what old media used to do. They used to try to ride with HBO no matter what, because, you know what I mean? I don't know, getting paid off or They just love HBO. Whatever the situation, you can't even justify this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? And I don't have no problem with HBO. I covered HBO fights too, but they're really not vested in their boxing programming. I mean, clearly, you got two cards, and one of the cards is a pay per view. So the reason I keep stressing that is because that means even if you have a subscription to HBO, right, then you would still have to pay for Canelo and Triple G separately. Like, you know what I mean? It's not part of the package. It's not all inclusive. I don't, I don't know what happened with LeBron. I don't know how he got back, but whatever. Um, Yeah, so HBO is like, wow. So anyway, back to this all originated from Charlo. Charlo said, hey, I only want to fight Centeno. Fight me next. You cancel your fight. They're not going to do that because they have a main event with Jacobs and then a co-main event with Gerald Big Baby Miller. Gerald Big Baby Miller has already been told publicly in Eddie Hearn interviews if he looks good, then he might get Anthony Joshua. And the main event is Jacob Selecki. You know what I mean? And if for some reason they canceled it to make Charlo, then if they cancel to make Charlo, then that means HBO would only have Canelo versus Golovkin 2, which is a pound for, I mean, pay-per-view. I keep saying pound for pound. It'd be a pay-per-view fight. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't make sense. And then the only other thing would be Jacobs fights, instead of Selecki fights Charlo, then maybe you'd have to pay Selecki some step aside money. But the thing with that is Showtime, why would they want to have a guy as good as Jacobs and a guy as good as Charlo fighting on the opposite side's network? So are they really going to sign up for that? You know what I'm saying? Is Showtime really going to let Charlo go over to HBO with a big ass middleweight fight like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then like would Hearn let Danny Jacobs go to HBO, right? I mean Showtime. So anyway, Charlo's proposition, it sounds cool, but I don't see that ever happening. Netflix is doing very good. I'm impressed with. I watched a couple of their like original series. I like the crime genre. Like I watched one called Drug Lords, and there's this one where it's like they go to different cities and like it's just like police bus and stuff. It was crazy, and they were Netflix originals. I know Hearn is a promoter, but he's been talking foolishness. Man, I just can't justify Gerald Miller fighting someone Wilder knocked out first, and Wilder coming off the Ortiz performance, and then you think the fans would rather see the Gerald Miller fight, or he's more deserving. Yeah, Netflix is killing, but HBO, man, they really got to do something because they don't have no fights on right now like that. And see, listen, I I blame HBO for this shit. I blame HBO because they shitted on American fighters. They were invested. Listen, remember, I'm pretty sure it's HBO. Remember, Top Rank had that Eastern Euro card with it was like Vasil Lomachenko, Jason Sosa maybe, and then they put Vodstik on versus Uniskif Gonzalez, and then they had Usyk or some shit on it, right? And they put all this interest in like foreign fighters, and the thing is, foreign fighters are great, a lot of great foreign fighters, but some of the foreign fighters, just hear me out. Like, oh, Ego said he hates foreign. Don't twist anything. I don't care where you're from. I really could give a shit. But you got to look at it from like you have to look at the marketing. That's cool to do this Ukraine card, but you have to think about as a business, why shit on your American fighters who speak English, and some of the best fighters come from America, shit on them to the point where guys like Floyd Mayweather said, HBO need to fire your ass. You don't know shit about boxing, right? And he leaves your network, and then the Mayweather curse hits your ass. Shout out to Michael Woodard, $2 super chat. Love the work you put in. Shout out to you. I appreciate all the support. I really do. Even the stalkers, because they help the numbers go up by making 18 accounts. But anyway, Um, the bottom line is you drove away some fighters like Floyd Mayweather, American fighters, even Andre Ward. Andre Ward, it's like they set him up to, it's like they wanted him to lose to Kovalev. But Ward being Ward and having the willpower, he beat Kovalev and then came back and beat him again. And then he didn't, in my opinion, I'm not speaking saying Ward told me this or anything like this, but in my opinion, Ward probably looked at it kind of like Floyd. If you think about it, I'm an American fighter. I fought for this country in the USA Olympics, achieved a gold medal, right? I achieved a gold medal, and I don't even get my just due. So now I'm going to make it advantageous for me. He still has a stellar resume, but you see, he beat Kovalev, shut people's mouth, and then he retired because he probably feels like I got other business endeavors. I'm not going to get full credit. You know what I mean? You can put me in there with Bevo. If I beat him, you'll say he was too green. If you put me in there with Better Biev and I beat him, you say he's too green. Those aren't big money fights. I just took the number one money fight and beat him twice in Kovalev. And HBO really never, like, if you look at when they're on like Pacquiao's jock or whatever you want to call it, right? Listen to the excitement when they talk about Pacquiao, like in his prime when he's on the network, right? Shout out to the people saying stupid shit that are immediately getting blocked. Slave It is back, really? Hey, shooters, Christian, I know you love this. Get Slave It out of here. This is literally like his 18th account, and I'm not even being funny. He just keeps coming back. His name is Slave It Thunder. I don't have time for the games because I'm trying to wrap this stream up, and I'm gonna go to bed. Um, Slave It already got body. That's why he keeps making these fake accounts. But anyway, and these dudes are so stupid. Why do you keep putting Slave It in your name? You could make an account and it says like Applejacks 2-3, and no one would know that who you were, that you were the same guy trolling. But you keep making sure people know it's Slave It, and Slave It is back, so we can easily spot you, which is very stupid. You know what I mean? But whatever. Um, this is what HBO did, man. Like they invested a lot into the foreign fighter and shitted on American fighters to the point where like Ward, he retired, and he probably felt so he's gonna come back out of retirement if it's worth it for him. You know what I'm saying? If it makes financial sense for him, he's gonna play the game, kind of like how Floyd did. Floyd left the network. Now the thing with the reason I'm even bringing up foreign fighters, like I said, I don't give a fuck. Truly don't care. Some of my favorite fighters are foreign fighters, like Marcos Maidana, a million fighters from Mexico, right? So that's not the issue. The issue is some of these foreign fighters that you heavily promote, they don't even speak English. They don't even speak English, or if they do, it's like it's not like good English. And this is the this is the problem that you're gonna run into when trying to promote. You know what I mean? Because not everyone speaks Russian. You know what I mean? Not everyone speaks Tagalog like Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So like, and some of these fighters haven't like made it their business. Golovkin did good. He came to America. When he first came, his English was not as decipherable. You get what I'm saying? But he's cleaned it up. But anyway, HBO started investing in like a ton of like foreign fighters and stuff, and that's kind of like top ranked. It seems like it's their priority too. Foreign fighters. They got so many Ukraine fighters and Mick Conlon that they're heavily promoting. Probably more so. Like Lomachenko gets more praise and stuff than a fighter who I think has accomplished more, like Terrence Crawford. But see, this is the thing. Another dumbass mistake HBO made is they let Top Rank get annoyed or pissed off and leave their network. Now they're really. That's why you see like Eddie Hearn putting a couple HBO fights on, or Golden Boy, and Golden Boy doesn't have the stable. You know what I'm saying? So Golden Boy, you're gonna have to. HBO's gonna have to hope they can like hurry up and build Ryan Garcia to the point where he's fighting like notable names. Shout out to my dude Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Victorville. To the point where they can really build him, stuff like that. And that's the problem. And like I said, the reason I'm saying foreign fighters is because HBO does a lot of visually stimulating specials, 24/7s, face-offs, stuff like that. And when have you ever seen Lomachenko for 11 fights? He was on HBO up until recently, and he was on HBO for a lot of his big names, right? I think Nicholas Walters and fights like that. And guess what? When have you ever seen a Lomachenko face off? Ever? I don't think I've ever seen a face off with Lomachenko. Have you guys? Have you ever seen when he was on HBO? Have you ever seen a Max Kellerman face off with Vasily Lomachenko? Shout out to Al. He did a $2 super chat. I love to talk about boxing. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the reply and comment. I don't ever remember seeing a Lomachenko one. You know what I mean? And then HBO, I'm not trying to get no one fired or nothing, but whoever's in charge or making these executive creative decisions, they're doing a horrible job. Because like I keep making this point, HBO in 2016 had a Canelo versus Amir Khan face-off. Because I remember Virgil Hunter was there, because it wasn't just two guys, it was Amir Khan, Virgil Hunter, Canelo, and his team, Reynoso or whatever. Why the fuck would you spend the money and the resources for a fight that you know people probably didn't really even want to see as much as others? But Canelo versus Golovkin won. There was no face-off for it. They did some HBO under the lights, or they sitting in a movie theater watching. No, we didn't ask for that. What about the stuff we're accustomed to, like a face-off? We don't want to see you, you know what I mean, with a projection screen. Like if you want to do that in addition to the face-off, like decisions like that blow my mind. Now HBO got it right. I don't know if they heard my videos or what, but now they're doing a face-off for the rematch. They're doing a HBO Canelo versus Golovkin 2 face-off. Shout out to King Corleone. I've made that point too. He said nobody wants to watch Lampley's The Fight Game either. That's what I'm saying. Pull the plug on that. That should have been off life support. I swear to you, I'm not saying I'm the biggest voice in boxing or anything like that, but I know my platforms and I know the analytics and how we grow and how many millions of minutes watched and all that is being done on a regular, routine, consistent basis. I'm not just having lucky months. And being a major boxing entity, I'm going to tell you, I never watched The Fight Game. The only time I watch The Fight Game is if someone says, Jim Lampley says something crazy and they send it to me or something. I've never, like when I record boxing on my DVR, it says boxing, and then after, sometimes it says The Fight Game. I've never hit record. So, oh, I'm going to check this out too. I don't even watch that. I just don't. But anyway, this is the problem with HBO. It's like Chocolatito. He, again, another talented fighter, exciting fighter, but they put all their marbles into fighters like Chocolatito, and not even just the foreign aspect, but a lot of the guys, like, it's so hard to explain, but like a lot of the guys aren't going to be guys that have longevity in the sport because of the way they fight. And HBO kind of made it their business to praise less skilled guys, but they have a great offense, for example. And then you see them get beat, and then you're like, that's the guy you just spent all your energy and promotion behind. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say The Rock, right? WWE put a lot of energy in promoting The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to make him last. You know what I mean? You don't want his character to die off where he can never come back. If you put all this money into him, you know what I mean? Like, look at all the exposure Chocolatito got, and who's talking about Chocolatito right now? You know what I mean? Who's honestly talking about, oh, I can't wait for Chocolatito's next fight and I'll pay top dollar for it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure people will watch it, but he's probably gonna take a tune-up because he lost by stoppage. You know what I mean? But then they had all these talented fighters on the network, and they didn't necessarily appease the fighter or the fighter's promoter. Like in the case of Top Rank got Vasily Lomachenko. They have all these up-and-comers, Shakur Stevenson, Mick Conlon, talented fighters like Terrence Crawford, and you pissed Bob Arum off when you didn't pick up the Pacquiao fight, so he started exploring other options, and he left you. Right? Then you had guys like Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather. You never gave them the full respect, and then they left you, either by retirement. I mean, Ward works there as a commentator, but he's about his money. You know what I mean? Would you rather take punches to the face and cuts and blood and bleeding, piss blood and all this and training and make weight, or do some boxing commentary? You know what I mean? So Ward's kicking and getting a paycheck, being able to dress up, get some camera time, and watch other people fight and be entertained. You know what I'm saying? So he's out there making money. Floyd, Ben left you, never looked back. At one point, I thought Floyd was just like would bounce around. I thought he would be like on Showtime, do his contract, and then when he was free, maybe consider HBO again. He never went back, never looked back. You know what I mean? And I told you guys. See, this is the problem with like HBO, how they've been acting. Abel Sanchez's comments recently is they're trying to create this industry or this boxing society of rock'em sock'em robots, and trying to portray to the fans that that's the only thing that boxing fans are out for. Now, I love a good knockout, a good fight, but if I have my preference, it's not two unskilled offensive guys. That is literally not my preference. My favorite style is if I see a high-speed chess match, like I see two good-ass boxer-punchers, you know what I mean? Or a boxer-puncher versus maybe a brawler, you know what I'm saying? Not two brawlers. Like I don't want to see two Golovkins fight each other. I would rather see Canelo fight the Golovkin. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm being straight up. I'm not even lying. I'm being 100%. Like, because I like the stylistic clash. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez. I like the way better counterpuncher in Marquez, but Pacquiao was an animal and he was awkward. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather versus Maidana. Yeah, we could think of a ton of great fights. Kovalev versus Ward. You know what I mean? Kovalev can box too, but he was the power guy, or known for power. And like he had a good level of aggression with his power, even though he can box. So yeah, that's what I would prefer. But HBO got to a point where they were just David Lemieux versus Curtis Stevens was the epitome of what they were looking for. You know what I mean? But the thing is, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Curtis Stevens he's showed me a lot of love and gave me a ton of interviews. But I'm just being real. Those weren't the guys that were going to necessarily be atop of the division, and they're not atop of the division right now, right? Curtis Stevens got knocked out by David Lemieux, and then probably later that year, David Lemieux got made to look foolish versus Billy Joe Saunders. So this is the problem with you pushing that narrative of, oh, we just want to see the fans, the true fans say, fuck sweet science. They want to see nonstop action, right? Like, look at Orlando Salido. He gives you nonstop action. What happened to his last fight? Knocked D-fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Against Mickey Roman. Got knocked the fuck out. Francisco Vargas. This is what I'm talking about. He's exciting Mexican fighter. He's giving us exciting fights. But for whatever reason, his handlers, I guess, wanted to kill him because they put him in there with Takashi Miura, a Japanese tough-ass puncher, and he went life or death with him, then got him out of there. Then they put him in there with Salido. Then they put him in there with Miguel Berchelt, another great Mexican combination puncher, body puncher, who's hella big for the division. And then what happened to Francisco Vargas? He was getting his eye cut the fuck up, and then he got knocked out, and he went to war with Salido. Like, this is what they're promoting. They're promoting situations and fighters that are probably gonna have a shorter shelf life. They're not gonna be on top for long. I told people that a bit. I like Chocolatito. I have no beef with him, but he wasn't gonna be a guy. If Chocolatito moved up again and fought Rigondeaux at 22 or 118, he couldn't beat him. T Breeze, $5 super chat. Ego, which dude was it Triple G fought that was working at Foot Locker part-time? LOL. I don't know. I don't remember no Foot Locker opponent. That's funny though, but I don't remember hearing that. Him fighting someone else that was working that. Yeah, Miguel Berchelt, he's a beast. But I'm saying you have to get to a point where, that's what I'm saying, Abel Sanchez and HBO and people, they want to lead you to believe that people don't care about sweet science and defense don't matter. And only thing people But then when motherfuckers die and have brain contusions and their eye falls out on the canvas, are you gonna help their family? Antonio Margarito, he gave us tons of wars. You gonna help his family out? Pay the bills? Now that he's fighting, but he's like no one's really checking for him. Ruslan Provodnikov retired. He said, I'm retiring. He got outboxed by John Molina. John Molina, he's an action guy, but he just fought Ivan Redkach and went to war. Terrence Crawford knocked him out. Broner outboxed him. Matisse knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't promote just that. And then on top of that, like, I'm not even trying to be rude, but real talk, just really analyze it. Who would you really be priming for your network, Terrence Crawford or John Molina? Like, who would you, HBO, let them tell it. They'll tell you. Someone said, who cares, man? Why are you on here if you don't care? No, I don't take Bitcoin. I don't have Bitcoin. I never set it up, so I haven't looked into that. So I haven't done that. Just Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat. But I mean, if I was a network, I wouldn't be shitting on Terrence Crawford and being like, but that John Molina, because I know Crawford has longevity, he has the ability to be here for a while and be on top. So HBO, like I said, they try to create this cult of zombies that just like mindless action. Mindless action is cool, like two guys just swinging for the fence. But I mean, I've seen that on YouTube. Like, we watch like the worst boxing matches ever, and people are just swinging for the fence. That's cool, but a lot of times, if people really truly lack a lot of skill, it just looks goofy. You know what I mean? Ego on me was good. No, we're just talking about HBO's 2 fights that they have on their fight card. You know what I mean? Just bad decision making. Like I said, I can't think of why you would make Canelo Khan face off, but not a Canelo Triple G. I mean, who in this stream wanted to see Canelo Khan more than they wanted to see Canelo Triple G? People were begging Canelo to take that fight, and you don't do a face off for that, but you made one for Amir Khan. It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. LOL, shouts out to Andre Ward. Hard not to like him. He's hated like Floyd. Not as much, of course. Shout out to VA. Not every slugfest is Foreman versus Lyle. Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. I'm not a prude. I love a good slugfest. I'm not trying to act like I'm above an all-action fight. But even Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, there was, I'm running inside the building to pick up my stock, chat room, ego talking, be right back. Yeah, man, we just talking boxing. Smash the like button, people. We should probably be a little bit higher with the likes. But anyway, I really feel like if you look at Wilder, Luis Ortiz, that was action. That's like the perfect type of fight where it's like a contrast of style. One guy's technically better, one guy has more power, but there's a thought process. Both guys are trying to win. Both guys are enacting some type of a game plan. Like, Wilder wasn't just in there like, hit me, like on some Mayorga shit. You know what I mean? He was like moving, his athleticism, trying to evade shots. You know what I mean? Because he had the length on Ortiz. You know what I mean? HBO just act like they want to see just people like Curtis Stevens, David Lemieux. That's not every fight. And what happens is you put them two in there, put Curtis Stevens in there with a more skilled guy. You know what I mean? Daniel Jacobs, Triple G. Put Lemieux in there with Billy O'Sant. You've seen what happened. Smash the like button, people. Shout out to Mayorga. He was entertaining. Yeah, he is. But now he's went to MMA. He's fighting in obscure places. Still trying to make a paycheck. Floyd Mayweather don't have to work a day in his life, and he did it his way. So you tell me whose career you would rather have. Mayorga throwing cigarettes and dyeing his hair red and doing all the theatrics, and I heard he was having money problems too. You know what I mean? So it was like I said, like there's a guy, a lot of guys like Errol Spence. He's a perfect example. All right, ego. Slavin came back. He said I got to be at work at 2 p.m. All right, Slavin, enjoy your day. Errol Spence has aggression, but he also has technique too. He said I've had my fun. Slavin is really obsessed with my channel, and now he has to go to work. That's crazy that you guys make these many channels, but for sure. Enjoy your day at work, Slavin. Spence is overrated. All right, you fight him then, and get your ribs broken. Just send me the iPhone video. Yeah, I mean, like Spence will break your ribs and be like, man down, man down. And you, oh, you're still overrated though. But you on the ground. Anyway, I'm about to wrap this up. The conversation's going all over. Slavin stalking me, and y'all talking about Errol Spence is overrated. I need to get some sleep. Vampires still got to rest in their coffin. But I don't really rest in the coffin. I just put y'all in the coffin in the hot seat. Hey, DJ, yo, my shooters are petty. He still blocked Slavin. Slavin was being cool. He said, I got to go to work. See you later, ego. And he blocked him anyway. But I don't know, man. To wrap this up, HBO got to do something, baby. He's good. He just hasn't proven it yet. How did he not prove it? And he went to another man's backyard and took his belt. What do y'all watch? Who like? If I may ask you, who do you like? If you're saying Errol Spence ain't proven nothing to you, Lamont Peterson beating Chris Algieri better than Pacquiao and Khan and Ruslan. Like, what is Errol Spence got to like kill a man in the ring? Like, what? I don't understand what you want. Like, these dudes is crazy, man. No, he just hasn't proven it. He went to the UK and made a man take a Colin Kaepernick knee. Like it was the national anthem going on. Like, what are you talking about? How's that not proving it? He hasn't proved. Like who? Like again, my question to you is, who's done it for you? Who's just has proven it? And don't name some cliche Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward or somebody retired. Name someone active who's proven it, who's under 30. Like what? Good work, ego. Fab Convo. UK in the house. Shout out to UK, man. We got Ego Army is everywhere, and we respect you no matter where you're from. The only thing I ask is because I know some of the energy is coming from the UK. Some of it might be coming from the States, Mexico, other places, but Joshua Wilder, if Wilder fought an old Luis Ortiz, looked vulnerable, looked exposed, don't accept no other fight for Wilder or Joshua, especially if Joshua, like, you can't blame Wilder if he wants to fight and Joshua's team don't, and then Wilder fights someone else. So basically, if Wilder looks so vulnerable and he's gonna get knocked out by Joshua, then accept only that if Joshua gets past Joseph Parker. Shout out to Dr. Mofongo, $5 super chat, Shmoney Gang. He said, I went to the Barclays Saturday night with a group of friends. Place was lit. Every casual left asking when Wilder was fighting again. Big win for the sport. And see, I should have went out there for this one, but I went to Wilder versus Stavern, and it was lit too. And it had like 4,000 or 5,000 less people. You know what I mean? This Wilder fight had some celebrities like Denzel Washington. I did a parody on my Instagram. Denzel Washington was there. Yeah, okay. Deontay Wilder, you gonna fight? And I heard you get the knockouts. Yeah, okay. Nice and easy. Nice. Now, I'm putting the gun down. Now, the only weapon I got is useless unless you're a pretty girl. Yeah, okay. We had Denzel was in the fucking building. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, okay. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Deontay Wilder, I want to see you knock somebody out. Yeah, okay. Denzel's smooth with it. Yeah, you see that's $25,000 alpaca. You don't wipe that, you blot that. But y'all talk, but oh my, I could kill y'all in so many ways. Okay, remember when y'all was saying y'all was laughing at that Eddie Hearn shit? Eddie Hearn asked a random ass New Yorker, the rabbi with the ham sandwich. He was on tape. He's like, "Oh, do you know Deontay Wilder?" Excuse me, I just had to ask a question. And then the guy was like, "Oh no, who's Dion? Oh, Jamal? I don't know Jamal, like or whatever the fuck he was talking about, right? Fuck you mean, right? Okay, cool. Haha. No one knows Wilder in New York, but Denzel Washington is a New Yorker, and he's a highly I love Denzel. He's one of my favorite actors from New York, and obviously he knows him. So you gonna ask the random people walking down the street, but a celebrity like Denzel is like, yeah, okay, Wilder, I know, I've watched your fights, like Jake, like. But Eddie Hearn thought he was making some kind of crazy point. That just looked like desperation. Again, if you ask any, first of all, shout out to the East Coast. Y'all know I'm a West Coast dude, but New York just got crazy shit in general. I went to this deli, this 24/7 deli, and there was like crackheads fighting in front of it and shit. You know what I mean? I can't just ask them, oh hey, who wins, Joshua or Wilder? They're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna know. Yeah, I think that what's his name? Ant? Like I don't know. Like, but you doing an interview with random New Yorkers. Hey, do you know Deontay? And they were happy with that. Like, yeah, Eddie Hearn, you really proved him wrong. You got the wank and all this. You got the yanks, and they were happy about that. Lil Kim's from New York, and she walked out Wilder. Huh? Huh? You want to rumble with the beat? Huh? Put a hex in your whole family. Dressed in all black like the Omen. Like, she's from New York. Denzel was like, yeah, okay, I got popcorn. Luis Ortiz had you fucked up in the 7th. You wasn't fucked. Are you a sheep or you a wolf? Don't let him fuck you up. Denzel was in the crowd lit. Yeah, to protect the sheep, you gotta catch the wolf. Are you... They should have let Denzel in Wilder's corner. Yeah, he fucked you up in that 7th round, boy. Yeah. Yeah, Wilder, I didn't know you like to get wet, though. Sherm, PCP, Dust, Primo, O-Dog. Yeah, Wilder, I didn't know you like to get wet, Wilder. I'm getting delirious. Butt naked. PCP, Sherm, Dust. Luis Ortiz had you wet in that 7th round, though. Yeah, you're talking about no one in New York knows him and all this goofy shit. And then the fans run with it. The fans run with it. No one in New York knows. But Lil Kim knows him, and she from New York. A recording artist. Denzel in the crowd, he knows him. Knicks players, they know him. But you asking some random ass dude with a flat top or some shit. Yo, God, I don't know who no Deontay is, son. Like, you can't just ask random people that he don't know anyone in boxing. He don't know Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not gonna know nothing. I'm just gonna study and I'm gonna watch to see what people's next moves are. That's it. We were talking about Joshua Wilder most recently. What do you think of Ortiz's power? Listen, Ortiz got power, and it wasn't really what Ortiz did wrong. It wasn't. It's just Deontay Wilder has the equalizer. He got the equalizer, where he can fight a fight. Spilka, Gerald Washington, he can be getting outboxed by Luis Ortiz. He can. It doesn't matter if he's. I wish you had more time. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's losing. He has that equalizer power. Remember Denzel and the equalizer? That's the type of power Wilder has. He has the equalizer power, like the Denzel movie. And he has killer instinct. But that's the same thing they try to clown him for. Oh, look at this wild bullshit. Let's see you survive the wild bullshit. Why hasn't anyone survived the wild shit? Just hit him with an uppercut and knocked him out. And see, this is the thing. no one wants to talk about Pacquiao. Pacquiao's the king of reckless and shit you wouldn't teach. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually been made to pay for his mistakes by Marquez. Look at. You can say it's wild, but survive the wild shit. That's all I'm saying. Watch. Look at his legs, bro. Look, he fell in the ropes and survived the wild shit. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, okay. To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. Oh my, look at his legs. That person had to get down because he flew back so violently. Watch when Luis Ortiz gets knocked, when he gets knocked into the ropes. The guy almost got hit. Watch. Ooh. The cameraman. So, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Everyone, oh, he lacks technique. It's wild. Look. Okay, hold on. That shit be having you like this and him like this. He's like this, and you're like this. And the ref even hyped like he did it. God damn, look at the ref. God damn, look. He like this, ref like this, and you like this. Like, it looks like he being handcuffed or some shit, like hog-tied. Or, like, his power is clearly real. So if you tell me he don't have a chance with Joshua, Tyson Fury, or any, look at the rep. All right, bro. I was about to get off. We got one last hot seat. I'm tired of you dudes. I really am. His name is Festus or Fetus. We're going to send you back into the womb. Believe that. Ego loves Wilder. Once again, you're in the hot seat. This is the classic cliche shit that they do. We're going to put Fetus, this is you. After I get done with you, you're going to be a fetus. You're going to be rolled up like a fetus too. This is what they do. Why I got to love Wilder and be in love with him and dick riding and stroking, like, why has it got to be all that? Because what if I said that you disagree with? Since I love him, you tell me what you don't agree with. It's true though. Okay, so you said it's true. You tell me why I love another man. Okay, go. Why has it got to be? Why do I have to love him? See, this is what I'm saying. This is that little kid shit y'all be on. I don't know your age, but this is like kid shit. Like, I'm like, man, I really like pepperoni pizza. Why don't you marry it? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna fucking marry a pizza, you dumbass. Like, who says stuff like this? Like, little kids say that. You like pepperoni pizza so much, fucking marry it. Yeah, I'm gonna marry a slice of pizza because I like pizza. I'm like, man, Wilder did his thing, he showed hard. You love him. The fuck is y'all talking about? See, the shooter's already on your head, man. Respond. I don't say you, Wilder, is that way. Bro, that's not even English. I don't say you, Wilder, is that way. You sound like Dr. Seuss. Come again. Like Aaliyah said, try again. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't say you, Wilder, is that way. Don't ever give anyone directions talking like, I don't say you left is left is right. I don't say you is that way is right. Like, what are you talking about? I do T. Are you having a seizure? Bro, you can't type. What are you talking about? I don't say you love Wilder in that way. Okay, you got it out there. I thought you was having a stroke or something. I didn't know what was wrong. I don't say you like that way. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, we got that. But okay, so what are you saying? Why do I have to love Wilder because I like what he's doing for the heavyweight? Well, you know what I'm saying? That sounds like some casual shit. This is the type of shit that y'all do, in order to try to make people feel guilty. You're not gonna make me, I'm a grown man. You're not gonna make me feel guilty for liking a fighter. You're not gonna make me feel guilty for celebrating a fighter who's doing what I think they should be doing as a champion. I don't care about, oh, you love Floyd. You love Wild. That's some kid shit. You know what I mean? Tell me what you disagree with. And if it's a fight prediction, I don't care. If you disagree, think Wilder loses to Joshua, push for the fight. Simple. But that's what I'm saying. They always got to turn it to some homosexual shit. Oh, you love the Charlos. You love Errol Spence. You love Wilder. You love Floyd. Why is it? And it's almost always with the black fighter. Let's just be very transparent. And I know some of y'all don't, oh, why is he saying a black fight? Because that's when I see it being done the most. You know what I'm saying? American fighters and or black fighters, right? That's where I see it being done the most. If you say something positive about Floyd, you sucking Floyd's dick. You like Wilder or you like what he's doing, you're in love with Wilder. You're obsessed with Errol Spence. You're riding Terrence Crawford's lap, or you know what I mean? What are you talking about? If I say, oh, Manny Tututu is the best fighters ever, it don't even have to be true. If I say he's the most complete fighter ever, I don't really get the people saying, oh, you love Pacquiao. You fucking Pacquiao. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you say something about Wilder and it's love. Get this man out of my domain. Get him out of here. I know he's not beating me. We could vote, though. Put your L's up if you got the L. I told you we're gonna turn you into a fetus. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why is it got to be some kid shit? Like, what do you, like I said, what do you disagree with? I'm like, Wilder showed heart. Wilder, I like what he's doing. His aggression. I like him calling out Joshua. You love Wilder. What's that got to do with anything? Like, what do you disagree with? You don't want to see Joshua Wilder? Only people that love Wilder want to see Joshua Wilder? Like, what's the real message? What are you really saying here? I know, I seen the shooters shot someone at the same time. He had 2 bullet wounds. Wow, y'all tripping. Shout out to the real boxing fans. But slowly but surely, we're going to get there. We're going to get there, people. It takes time. But Ego's army is just growing. And people, slowly but surely, fans aren't accepting. Like, fights are getting made quicker. Social media presence and voices are getting louder. And the channel's growing. We're just getting better at this. And that's what I want. If people are going to try to flip it on me. Oh, you just block people that disagree with you. If that's what you think, then you're thinking from a very small margin. Has nothing to do with you disagree, you're out of here. But if you are saying crazy stuff and you can't even justify what you're saying, that's different. So just be prepared for that. It is an exciting time to be a boxing fan. All right, I'm about to get out of here. Thank you for the super chats, the engagement, shooters. Thank you for everybody listening. Yeah, that's what it is. It's really blocking trolls, blocking people. Let's see if we can make like one last push to get to 300 likes. Anybody who's in this stream who just appreciates the effort, the channel, you fuck with the movement, Ego's Army, you fuck with the passion, anything, just smash the like button, man. We're really trying to take it there. Old media is getting killed and they know it. You know what I mean? People, they got so much to say. Like, it's just crazy. Whoa. Wilder still didn't prove shit. Really? But the great thing about performances like Wilder or Ward Kovalev, the only people resisting are they're, you could see that they're reaching. You could tell that they're reaching with their arguments. Like, oh, hey, I agree with what Abel said. Black fighters all do fight. Listen to how you sound. All black fighters do fight that way. That's like saying all like Chinese people are smart or dumb, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it's too broad of a generalization. You can't do that. That's crazy. And it's crazy that we have people who really try to justify. He didn't mean it like that. What he said was actually kind of true if you think about it. You monkeys do fight the same way. You monkeys defense first. Huh, don't hit me. Don't hit me. Like, what? What world are we living in? Like, is this the 1900s? Yeah, you fucking monkeys. You monkeys never want to be hit. You just hide in the tree with the banana. Woo, woo. Every time we go to punch you, you never stand still. Just stand still. Let us hit you. Let us hit you, bitch. Like, wow, okay. This is new. Want us to, I didn't even read the, see, y'all got me slipping. It's late, I'm delirious. So it said, want us to end like Mildred Taylor. I don't even know how I'm laughing at that. That's really not funny, but this is what they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do. Like, cause I'm laughing not at Mildred Taylor's condition, but I'm laughing because you're right. Cause that's, I guess what. Don't show no skill. Sit down. Let me sit down on your punches, and you sit right there. We'll see how much punishment you can take, boy. Like, what world do you guys, like, what type of boxing is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my favorite games as a kid was Tetherball and Connect Four. I don't know, those two games, I just fucking love them, right? I'm the red. Now, I'll be the black, and you be the red, right? Connect Four, you just drop in the little slots and try to, just like tic-tac-toe, right? The goal is for me to beat you. If I see an opening, I'm fucking you up. If I know if I drop this one little coin in this last slot, I beat you. That's what I'm going for. Tetherball, same thing. If I can destroy you and I see an opening, I can keep going and just make a revolution. Then I'm gonna beat you. That's just what it is. Only in boxing do we have to deal with this this rhetoric about black fighter. Like, how are you just gonna say black fighters don't sell? Black fighter fighting in a style that doesn't. That's like me saying, oh, all women better start cooking and can cook. Like, are we really making statements like this? Crazy. All women need to stay at home, be housewives. Women don't need no job. Like, y'all some cavemen or some shit. You can't do that. Like they're going to tell a fighter with more power to stop hitting so hard. LOL. That's what I'm saying. Like, I always try to see situations in the reversal. You know what I mean? And you would never tell a brawler, oh, stop putting so much pressure on me. You're making me uncomfortable. I don't have enough time to think with my slick ass. I'm normally fucking slick, but you're putting a lot of pressure on me, and I don't like it. Like, you can't tell someone how to fight you. Like, if that was the case, half of these motherfuckers that got knocked out brutally wouldn't have got. Turn that punching power down. Stop turning your punches. This shit hurts. Like, what? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, the goal is to beat you. The goal is to beat you, like, point blank, period. And that's it. You're trying to beat an opponent. Sometimes, and see, like War got the win over Kovalev. Sometimes it's gonna be super pretty and impressive, like Chad Dawson, Carl Froch, or whatever. Sometimes you have to get it done. Even the Carl Froch, he had a messed up hand. He had to get it done. How he got to get it done. Kovalev, it wasn't pretty. He said he admitted he didn't want to be on the canvas, but you know what I mean. You won. And there's just so many ways you can approach when comments are made in that fashion. Golovkin, like, see, and this is the other thing that's disrespectful. Put Golovkin, why didn't you put Golovkin in there with Andre Ward? Put him in there with Gilberto Zordo Ramirez. Put him in there with someone who's just way bigger than him or way stronger than him, and see if he doesn't change up his fight game. You know what I mean? Tell him to go Mexican style with Artur Beterbiev. You know what I mean? Someone that if they connect, you probably can't afford to go Mexican style with. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit doesn't even make sense. Canelo looks smaller than Golovkin. He looks smaller than Golovkin. Height, right? Golovkin has a big ass back. Golovkin's forearms are pretty big. So he to me he looks smaller. And you're mad because the guy who just recently moved up is not fighting the fight style you want him to fight. But like I said, Golovkin's gonna eventually, well, if he fights the right people, probably face someone who's stronger than him, bigger than him, and you fight him like that. And see, this is the thing. We haven't seen. I can think of so many points. Name someone. Name someone that was taller, bigger, and stronger than Golovkin that he's ever faced. Taller, bigger, and and taller, bigger, and stronger than Golovkin. Name one person taller. So you don't throw in David Lemieux, Curtis Stevens because they weren't taller. Taller, bigger, and stronger. Do you think Jacobs was stronger? Maybe. Jacobs is about the only person, and guess what? That's the fight he arguably lost. That's the fight he arguably lost. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so basically, the one time you face anybody, the one time you face anybody that the consensus is was taller, bigger, and stronger than you arguably lost that fight. Roberto Martinez says he definitely lost that fight. See, that's what I'm saying. Canelo faced you, Golovkin, who was arguably stronger, like just per capita, and you're definitely taller, and you're a good fighter, good offensive fighter, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? How many times has Floyd fought guys who were way bigger than him and stronger than him? De La Hoya probably, Canelo, um, Victor Ortiz, Maidana, like outweighing him, all the Cotto, all the shit. Diego Corrales, great example. That's what I'm saying. Like, so again, it's easy to say when you're clearly powerful at middleweight, and so far there hasn't really been many. And here, and this is the other thing. Abel's talking all the Mexican style and black style does this, and there's another person in the division who arguably fits that bill, taller, bigger, and maybe stronger, and that's Jermall Charlo. And guess what? Conveniently, Abel Sanchez is also saying we're not checking for him, basically. Why should we fight him? What has he ever done? It's funny how that works, isn't it? So there's like I said, Jermall Charlo is arguably meets that. He arguably meets that criteria of because he's young, he's strong, and he's taller than Golovkin. So the first person y'all said was Jacobs, and he arguably lost that fight. And then Jermall Charlo is another person that may actually, we obviously he doesn't have enough fights at middleweight for us to tell his true power, I guess you could say, but he arguably on paper matches that. And that's the guy that they say, like, oh, why should we fight him? I don't know, because I thought fans don't like unpleasing, sweet science fights. He's not going to necessarily give you that. Lemieux was way shorter than Golovkin, as was Curtis Stevens. That's what I'm saying. Victor Postal knocked out Lucas Matisse. Terrence Crawford beat him down. Julius Ndongo knocked out a mandatory Troyanovsky for Crawford and then beat up on Ricky Burns. And he was way bigger. Proof is in the pudding, people. So that's what I'm saying. These sometimes speaking less will get you further because the more you speak, the more opportunities you have to put your foot in your mouth. Now, I'm out. I know I've made my point. I'm out of here. Thank you, guys.